modified the hardware, by just layering on the platform on top of it. I feel like the Xbox One has been through almost as many changes in its first year as the 360 went through in its entire life cycle.
Yeah, might be right.
Fair to say.
The question we're posed here is, has the Xbox One lived up to expectations? First of all, what were those expectations?
That's the exact question, because they were never really set in stone, because first it was an always online console where we'd be able to share our games with friends, with up to like 10 friends and family members, and then it wasn't, and then it was it was this and it was that, so it's hard to even define what those expectations were. And I think
I feel like that changed too after. Well, like when they made the adjustment, then they started to reveal what their plan initially was, but I don't think that was ever communicated.
Yeah. Well, it's one of those things, like, I think the only expectation I ever had for the system was in the title, Xbox One. They wanted it to be the one device in your living room that could do it all, and kind of, won the console living room, and yada, 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 yada. And by including TV into it, I turn on my Xbox One every day. Every day I walk in there and talk to the Xbox One. I'll be done with the TV show, I'll off my DVR, I'll, hit the home button, I'll switch out, I'll go to Netflix, I'll go watch something there. In that sense of an expectation, it has lived up to it. Now, for people who are super into games, maybe it hasn't, right? Like, there's plenty of third-party stuff you're playing, but when you get down to exclusives, that's where it really starts counting in terms of Xbox versus PlayStation 4, and that's where it's debatable on both sides of the platform.
Yeah, it's been a bit dry for both consoles, but because it's Titanfall was the big one, and then Peggle 2 was a quiet little awesome game in
which you should all buy
December, 100%, $12, great game. But and then now we just had Watch Dogs, major third-party release, as well as Wolfenstein as well, which turned out to be a lot better than I initially thought it was going to be. But now the question is, what's summer look like? What does I think we're really going to find out what the fall looks like in about 20 minutes.
Yeah, and that's exciting.
It's a tough transition for this generation, though, because the last one went from standard def to high def. We didn't have that big jump just in the hardware itself this time. I mean, there wasn't that big resolution jump. I mean, there's not 3D. This is still a high def generation of consoles. We didn't go to 4K or anything like that.
So. Like we were saying earlier, today is the KINECT free Xbox One goes on sale.
Yes.
Do you see that boosting sales of the console?
100%.
It's
yes.
now,
I mean, it's
$400 now, right?
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, I've said this before, but the 360 generation, Microsoft they hardly ever drop the price. They would always value add. They'd give you a game bundle or a bigger hard drive or something, and they could always get away with doing that because they had, at the end of the day, the lower priced console compared to the PS3. But now the roles are reversed. And they can't, they've already tried a Titanfall bundle, a FORZA bundle in Europe, but at the end of the day, the sticker price out the door is what's going to make the biggest difference in console sales. So that's why this $399 thing is huge.
When the PlayStation 4 event came around, right, I was saying early on, predicting that Sony needed to bet on gamers. And they did, right? They said, here are all these games, this is what it is, we're going back to PC, we're trying to make it easy on you guys, right?
Yeah.
And that's what won. And I really think they have set the stage, Microsoft, to have that exact same kind of conference today, right? It's not coincidence the Kinectless Xbox One is out, right?
Correct.
Because they're going to come out and show you an hour of amazing video games. An hour and a half of amazing video games so that you finish it and you're like, well, gosh, I got to go out right now.
I expect there to be zero apps or anything
so
in the 90-minute conference today.
Speaking of all those games, we're going to talk about those games here in just a moment. Halo, Forza, a lot more. But first, we're going to take a quick break. Stay tuned. Welcome back. IGN's live coverage, E3 2014. Remember, you can tweet your questions at IGN with hashtag E3 2014. We'll read them live
Which
on the
looks
show.
like E32104.
Is that
It's strange.
It does look like some industrial code you put on like zombies.
Every character counts.
Now, last year at Microsoft's press conference, they unveiled the new Halo, the next Halo.
Right.
Now we know
Sort
that
of.
to be Halo 5 Guardians.
A tie into Guardians of the Galaxy.
Nope.
No,
That's not
I'm mistaken. My notes are off.
incorrect.
Okay.
Ryan, what do we know about Halo 5?
Fall 2015, 343, new engine, ground up Xbox One, 1080p, 60 frames. And I expect to see a trailer of it in some capacity. I
Did
doubt
you think there'll be gameplay?
50-50. I think it's a little early. Usually, I don't know, usually they would do some campaign stuff this year, maybe multiplayer stuff at next
Right.
E3. So I guess it just depends where the game's at. It's hard to say.
Bernie, your whole career is founded on Halo.
I remember I was sitting in the audience when they showed this teaser trailer on the big screens last year, and I think it's funny that these twist trailers or teasers where they do is kind of a misdirect. You didn't know it was Chief because he was covered by the hood. He's walking through the desert. I didn't know what kind of game this could be, and then all of a sudden you see, the Cortana chip. Then when the hood blows back, you see it's Chief. You can't do these kinds of things anymore except at live events
It's a really good point.
because so many people watch these trailers online, and you can't do a twist because it
Halo
says.
5 teaser trailer. I wonder what this is going to be.
Why, your initial reaction is, why is Chief wearing a hood?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm really excited about it. 343, they had a huge challenge making Halo 4. The story there was, can they do it?
Yeah.
Right? Can they transition from the original developers of Halo to 343? And I think they answered that question, yes, they can. So I'm really looking forward to Halo 5 because this, I feel, is going to be their big Halo game where they're going to really start to flex and they're going to show what they can do.
Exactly. Where do they want to take the story? What do they want to do with
Yep.
these characters?
Now, there are rumors that this Halo 5 won't be the only Halo Master Chief game or games revealed at the show, right?
You mean the genie that Microsoft's been trying to shove back in the
Yes.
bottle for the last 4 months? Called, Halo 2 Anniversary and maybe a Master Chief collection with all of them.
Yeah. I know you're a big Halo 2 fan.
Huge. I mean, it's that was just the right game at the right point in my life.
Sure.
And I just feel like it's the maps. I mean, there isn't a bad map in Halo 2, Bernie. I don't know if you'd agree.
It is arguably the game that launched Xbox Live as a platform.
Sure.
I mean, I know they had games before it, but you can go back and look at people's tenure dates on their Xbox Live profiles and see how many people date back to when Halo 2 launched.
Yeah,
Right.
for sure.
Well, that's what's interesting. I mean, Halo 2, I feel like you've heard about this HD remake forever. It's always been a rumor. It's coming. They've got to do it. They love printing money. But then it kind of evolved into this Master Chief collection, right? Which would theoretically be 1, 2, 3, 4. Not ODST because he wasn't in that.
Well, Master Chief collection.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
no Reach, no
Reach the other one. That's
ODST.
what I'm thinking of. Gosh, darn it.
But
No Halo Wars.
No, but Clements loved Halo.
me too, underrated game. But,
When you talk about printing money too, Halo Anniversary, the first one they did, the first remaster they did, that sold about as well as Halo Wars. So I don't think these are huge titles, but it definitely services a very ravenous fan base that wants to play these things.
Well, and the thing about Halo 1 Anniversary 3 years ago was I was looking forward to it.
3
It sounded
years now?
yeah, I was going to say 3 years. Wow, kind of long.
well, 2.5 for now, but by the time it comes out. But I was like, oh my gosh, remaster, I'll finally get to play Halo 1 online on Xbox Live, which is Blood Gulch, Wizard, Hang 'em High, all these great maps and their original, 3-shot Death Pistol, which I'm very much a fan of. And then they went and dropped, they had some explanation for it, but it was like, oh, no, it's multiplayer is actually just, it's some Halo 1 maps redone in Halo Reach and the Reach engine, and I completely deflated after that. So I've asked Phil Spencer in subsequent interviews that have been on IGN, and I said, if hypothetically a Halo 2 anniversary happened, I left it open-ended for him, what would be the most important thing? And his response actually was, it would be multiplayer and we'd have to get that right. Wow. So if this increasingly likely Halo 2 and maybe more anniversary situation, I think we're at least going to get full, proper, original Halo 2 multiplayer out of it, which would automatically make me. I'll probably just leap over the desk.
You'll jump over the desk.
I might Tom Cruise Oprah couch.
Oh my gosh! All right, well, make sure you don't. We have to have a camera filming us the entire time.
we have a desk right here. I just want to point that out.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is, of course, your chance right now to sound off. Tweet at IGN and let us know which one of these possible Halo Collection HD thingamajigs you're excited for. Hashtag Halo 1, Halo 2, Halo 3, or Halo 4 to let us know which you are excited for. And then Database Mike will sit there and count each hashtag and just hate his life.
We'll reveal the pick in the post-show.
So stick around, I guess,
Yeah.
if you like seeing that. But also stick around for that Evolve.
Now, last year at the Microsoft press conference, they unveiled Sunset Overdrive.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
New game from Insomniac. Everybody seems pretty jazzed about it. We just saw it again recently, though. Do you think they'll still show it at the conference today?
I got to play it. So did Colin Moriarty.
Jealous.
On IGN, and yeah, it's the art style, as you can see, is just so great. It's so refreshing to look at. It reminds me of one part Crackdown with all these just hordes of zombie-esque creatures running around all the time, and one part Jet Set Radio, where you're it's constant movement, you're grinding. Look at this.
Yeah, this is the part that looks
I played
the
this.
most amazing.
I played that part right there.
Does it feel good? That's
it
the whole
does.
thing.
It's super
I'm
fun.
excited.
It's very tongue-in-cheek, very goofy.
It's Insomniac doing what Insomniac does best.
When
That's
you
what I'm
die,
excited
when you
about.
die and respawn, there are like 1,000 different respawn animations. One of them, like this old van rolls up, slides open its door, and throws you back out, and that's your respawn. So yeah, this game, I expect to see a lot more of it. They've hinted at some sort of co-op. The British Xbox site, the official xbox.co.uk. Put up a new description yesterday, maybe a little early. Maybe they jumped the gun, saying 8-player co-op.
Coming from the PlayStation fan base, I mean, this is why I'm excited to see this game. Number one, because Insomniac makes great stuff, right? They made Resistance, they made Ratchet and Clank, they made great PlayStation exclusives with humor and
I was
fun.
wondering if you were going to mention.
And then they make Fuse, which was totally outside of their wheelhouse, and nobody liked and didn't connect with it. But you look at this game, and it oozes character. And you know, you're talking about seeing all the different influences and other things. To me, it looks like them getting back to Ratchet in a way, right?
Absolutely.
The grinding, the color, the crazy weapons. That's Ratchet. That's what they do best.
100%. Yeah.
Well, when I saw it too, I had the feeling that same Jet Set Radio Future feeling when I saw the teaser last year, and that's all I've seen of it. You've played it. In some of the information they've put out since last year, they've talked about the combo weapons and the crazy weapons. Is there a Dead Rising feel to it as well?
The weapons are nuts. I don't recall the names of them off the top of my head, but there's a record launcher where it literally shoots vinyl records at somebody. There's
a travesty to Dane.
There's
only so many left.
Music sounds better.
Music's history dying before me.
I believe there's a teddy bear grenade launcher.
Right, that's like Colin's favorite thing,
Yeah.
the dynamite strap teddy bears you shoot.
So the name of the AK-47 in the game is an expletive that I shouldn't say on the air, even though the FCC doesn't regulate what we say. But
don't be a coward.
In case there are any kids
Tell me I'll
watching.
say it.
Fran Mirabella regulates what we say.
That's true.
Ryan, you recently unveiled Forza Horizon 2
Yep.
on IGN.
Sure
thing, we'll see that today?
100% guaranteed. We teased it on Friday. We put up a little teaser video with just a little snippet of gameplay that said tune back to E3. So it will be on stage, and then I can just tell you. I mean, we are covering IGN in IGN first. We have Forza Horizon 2 deep dive stuff all month long. So going up after the conference, we'll have direct feed of the game with commentary from the creative director Ralph Fulton, who I sat down with. We'll have the trailer itself, a rewind theater breaking down the trailer with Per Schneider, the head of IGN and our other resident Forza superfan. Right. So we've got a lot coming for Forza Horizon 2 on IGN both today and for the remainder of June.
Perfect. What else? Call of Duty is always, well, historically has been a part of Microsoft's press conference.
Right.
Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, think that'll be there today?
Yes. 99% chance. When they had their initial trailer, what was it, a month or less ago now, right at the beginning it said, this is all powered by Xbox One. There's very little chance.
Do you think they open with it though? That's that was for a long-standing tradition. That's what you did with the new Call of Duty at the Xbox conference.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't last year. They opened with
exactly.
Metal Gear.
I know.
Yeah.
That's what he was saying because they already
Last
showed
year's
it.
the anomaly.
I'm telling you, the lights go down. Kevin Spacey walks out on stage.
Greg?
Single spotlight.
Greg,
oh my God!
Kevin Spacey will be there.
I thought he lived
That
in LA.
sounds
It turns
good.
out it's London. I was wrong about that. But yes, I mean, like you can't. Don't blow this.
Yeah, but if it's Kevin
Activision
Spacey, you don't know if it's a Call of Duty announcement or a Netflix announcement. So,
Either one,
you gotta
I'm
be careful
thrilled
about
with it.
that.
I don't care. Just give me Kevin Spacey.
I would not
Good old
be-
K-Pax.
I would not be surprised to see it lead because I think with the Battlefield leak and then subsequent announcement based on the leak, I think there's going to be a little bit of pressure for Call of Duty to show up with something cool.
Yeah.
And
I think we
big.
do it.
I don't think Call of Duty's pressured at all by Battlefield at this point. We're still not there yet. I hope we get there.
I just want to steer the conversation back, right?
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
Titanfall's getting in the way.
Are you excited about Advanced Warfare?
That series, I'm at a point with that series where I'm going to have to play it for it to win me back. I've just been the last few, talking specifically about the campaign, I've kind of been aced out of the multiplayer for a number of reasons I won't get into here. But I respect it's a AAA game. Lots of people love it, but the campaigns have just been very monotonous and predictable and paint by numbers for me. But there's so many cool. It looks like there are genuinely new mechanics in this game, not just new explosions and set pieces. So I want to love it. But I gotta play it first because I can't get burned again, Greg.
It's okay. I won't let him hurt you. I won't let him hurt you.
How about you, Bernie?
Plus, there's a lot of pressure on Call of Duty because of Titanfall. I just want to apply pressure to Call of Duty.
Pressure.
I think for the first time they're fighting a two-front war, right? Like Titanfall came out in
EA on both sides.
Like that.
Thank
Good.
you.
The tallest tree gathers the most wind. Isn't that what they say?
Yeah.
And moss shines. I don't know. But no, you figure that there has been a lot of conversation for the first time. And the fact that Battlefield sounds like they're doing something different from what we've heard from these leaks, right?
Right.
And the fact that Titanfall did find a following, and there's a news story right now on IGN about possibly coming to PlayStation 4 for Titanfall 2. Like, people care about that game and that franchise, and they're building something.
Fable is another Xbox franchise.
Right.
Fable Legends is the
Correct.
next game coming
Not
out.
Fable 4, Fable Legends. They're sort of reshuffling that series a little bit. Peter Molyneux has departed, the creator the founder of Lionhead.
Dearly departed.
Big ups.
Yes.
Rest well.
Love Peter. But yeah, I got to see Fable Legends behind closed doors at Gamescom last year.
You and Keza, right?
Yeah, and it's kind of almost like a D&D playable D&D module in a Fable universe. Where it's sort of I believe it's 4 heroes, four-player co-op. Almost Evolve style, and then a 5th player is
Who's
actually
up
playing
in, like, the strategy
playing
sphere,
the
right?
villain. So it's you can see inspirations from Peter Molyneux and Lionhead's old stuff. And for me, Fable is about the charm of the universe and about the exploration. And I love the dog, and I felt like bound to the dog in those games, and I cared. And so I'm just on the one hand, I don't want games to just do the same thing over and over again with every sequel, but I'm just not. I need to see more of what this new Fable direction is, and I'm almost guarantee we're going to see it.
You run the risk, right, of doing something like Insomniac did with Ratchet & Clank when they tried to fit that into being this strategy, and nobody wanted that. And so this is the same thing of from watching you guys talk about it, you and Keza, you were talking about the different roles every character has. And before, you could take your Fable character and branch off and do whatever you want, and this is breaking up very, very, this is the thief, and this is the person here who's the comedy.
Yeah, you have preset classes. You couldn't really become the hero or villain you wanted to be. So that's where it sort of gets away from what I feel are the core Fable tenets. That's not to say it's going to be a bad game. I just need to see more.
It's just different, right?
Yeah, very different.
Sure. Bernie, you play Fable?
Yeah, and in the context of this upcoming Microsoft press briefing, Fable has a history with the Xbox of really pushing the limits, not just on what the game does and the way you play the game, but also the way they deliver it as well. It seems like that was the go-to franchise for some experiments that Xbox wanted to run. It was one of the first titles to have our companion arcade title, a downloadable title, where you could play it before the game came out, the pub games, and you could actually build up your character before the game even released. And it was one of the first games, it had a chaptered release. Do you remember that? We could buy for games on demand, you could buy it in chapters and play the first 1/3 of Fable and then unlock the rest of it. I think it was Fable 2 that did that.
They did it after the fact, but it was an interesting experiment that they chose to run with Fable.
For whatever reason, this does seem to be the franchise that Microsoft goes to when they want to try something new. And I'm not sure what the relationship is there, but I'm excited to see what they have to show today.
They even experimented with KINECT with Fable too, right?
Yep.
Well, Fable the Journey, which was at its premise a great game, and when it worked, you actually felt cool casting spells. I reviewed that game for IGN, but the problem is, on the original KINECT, it didn't work. It literally didn't work very often.
So we're talking about taking the Fable franchise, applying it in a different way. What about the Gears franchise, right? What about Gears of War? Where are we? What's happening? Tell me all about it.
So, Greg, it's just me and you now, right? Of course, Microsoft bought the IP outright from Epic, who wisely, 8 years ago, kept the IP and just partnered exclusively with Microsoft. So they have now, Microsoft wholly owns Gears of War, and it is, they're developing at Black Tusk Studios in Vancouver, which is a new AAA first-party studio that Microsoft set up. They were working on a new IP, which has now been pushed to the side for Gears of War, more of a sure thing, and they've hired Rod Ferguson, who has worked on the Gears series the entire way. He started as a producer at Microsoft on Gears of War 1, and then actually Epic hired him, and he worked internally at Epic for the other Gears games. He took a brief pit stop to help ship BioShock Infinite at Irrational. But yeah, now he is a veteran Gears guy running Gears of War. But they literally just started.
I was going to say
they
just got him in the beginning
3
of the year,
months
right?
ago.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll get. I mean, there's no way we'll get gameplay or anything. We know it's Unreal Engine 4. And I expect it'll be a gorgeous showcase.
Do you think we get like a Star Wars Battlefront trailer of it or
Yeah,
whatever?
I'm thinking maybe the conference, maybe it closes with a
just
like a logo and some sort of maybe just cinematic nothing, but with some voiceovers or what
It's
have
Gears of
you.
War. You got to have the high action trailer paired with the really mellow music. You have to have that. They do that better than anybody else.
Yeah.
Now we know Quantum Break is going to be there today, correct?
It is
They've
not.
already stated.
Sam Lake, the head of Remedy, who I love, also the inspiration for the look of
he's Max Payne.
He literally is Max Payne from the original game. Yeah, he put out a video this past week that said, "Hey, the game's coming along. It's going to be out in 2015." Which
Could be a good year.
Yeah, not a delay per se, but I think a lot of us, since it was at the May 21st Xbox One reveal last year, expected there was going to be a fall 2014 title. 2015, and he said, we will not be at E3, but we will debut the game officially at Gamescom, which is basically the European E3 that IGN will, of course, have full coverage of.
I loved the fact they put out that trailer.
Yeah.
Hey guys, seriously, don't get your hopes up. We're not going to be there. We're not ready. Here's a little bit of the game. See
They're really good about that stuff. They're great like that.
It helps control the conversation for sure.
Yeah, and they've
100%.
That's probably my most anticipated Xbox exclusive because Remedy, for me, I love their games. The first two Max Paynes and Alan Wake.
Alan Wake, man.
They've literally never made a bad game. Like you can't rush those guys. They do take a while to make their games, but they're always worth it.
All right, so everything's getting pushed out. Okay, everything's going to 2015. Evolve is coming this year.
That's a this year game.
And I'm excited
that
about
we love.
Evolve.
We've all played Evolve.
We've played it.
Yeah. Bernie's wearing his little armband.
I do.
There.
I got this at PAX East. They gave me a support class armband. That's what I played at.
You got to be
He
assault.
hasn't watched that
That's what
arm
it's all
since.
about.
Not at all.
I was a trapper. Or no,
I like
what was
the medic.
I? No,
You were
that
dead
guy.
when you played against
support.
me.
It's really great the way they handled the Hunter classes. I mean, you're coming from the Left 4 Dead franchise where all the characters were basically the same. There was no specialization. They would just look different, essentially. And this is like the way they handle it. I've only played it one time in a match at PAX East while people were around me yelling at the top of their lungs, but it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. It reminds me. It's from the people who made Left 4 Dead.
Turtle Rock.
It feels. It isn't Left 4 Dead because Left 4 Dead was just like. And like everybody has roles here, and you need to interact together.
Well, we are going to see. We have a special Evolve presentation in the post show.
Yeah, stay
So
tuned
stick around.
for
Come
that.
on.
After the Microsoft press conference. Let's
You
take
might
another,
see something new.
Yeah, let's take another look at the schedule today. We have that special Evolve presentation in our post show. Then we have the EA press conference. Then we have the EA post show, and then we have a Halo surprise
You got
for you
your
at 2
Halo.
p.m.
You got
today.
just this little nugget, little Xbox nugget we're throwing in the
Let's
middle
just
of the day.
say Mark McGrath might come by.
I don't even know.
Sugar Ray, they sing it.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's
I love that your head is a 90s jukebox because that's my.
it's not. Yeah,
We are.
You're the best.
We can do
We're about-
Lou Vega pretty soon.
Yeah.
Mambo number 5.
We're about a minute out.
No, we are now.
conference.
This
Yeah.
has gone so quickly.
So we're watching on IGN. I'm also running a live blog right here on this computer. So if you want to follow, maybe in a separate window,
Yeah,
I'll have
sure.
some commentary,
We're-
add some
I'm going to be
context for
tweeting.
you.
I'll be on Game Over Greggy's Twitter.
We're gonna go radio silent when the press conference starts. We're not gonna be like jibber jabbering in your ear while you're watching the show. We're all gonna watch it together, and then afterwards we're gonna come back here, break down all the big reveals, all the big announcements.
We're not going to be able to
try
talk
to-
over Kevin Spacey, that's for sure.
Yeah, I know.
That's
Yeah.
Greg's big call.
God, I can't wait for Kevin
When we
Spacey
get the
to
call
come
that the
out.
lights are going down in the theater, we're gonna switch over there. Ryan, what do you think? What do you think is the first thing they show? Lights go down. First thing they show.
I'm kicking off with Halo 5. I want to see that trailer, and because Phil Spencer has said he wants to hit hard. I think we're coming out with Halo 5 first.
Xbox wants to show they're all about games. You show Master Chief in the first frame.
trying to
I
bet?
think that'll establish it.
Yeah, I got $1. It's Call of Duty, everybody.
All
Put it
right.
right here on the
Let me
table.
see what I
Call
got.
of Duty is what they're opening with.
All right.
How about my hotel
Maybe
key?
not Kevin Spacey, but I think Call of Duty for
Who does
sure.
the dollar go to if
Master
you're wrong?
Chief.
I don't think I have $1.
I don't know. How does it work? How does betting work? I don't know. It's just Bernie and I. So it's,
All right, you guys.
it's
Right, here's
Halo,
a dollar.
I think we.
All right.
We do have a. We do have
Are
a.
you taking
pixel
these
time.
out?
And then,
Are you
wait,
taking these off?
then I have to do 50 cents to each of you?
I don't know.
How'd that
Let's
work?
just
Someone
watch the
tweet at
conference.
Game Over Greggy and
All right.
explain betting.
We'll see. We do have a Twitter question if we can try to get to that real quick. Lucas asked, is Microsoft going to put any focus on Kinect?
Zero. I mean,
Zero
we
Kinect?
might see some Kinect games. I mean, in fact, I would bet the farm we'll see at least a Kinect game. There was a little leak this morning that suggests we might see a Dance Central of some sort, which I think they should have had at launch.
Yeah.
So there won't be a focus, but we'll see some
Do you
games
think,
that have Kinect.
and I guess this is kind of a weird question. Do you think that's a makeup to Harmonix? I remember,
an apology,
yeah, Harmonix PR was tweeting like, "Oh, that's great," when they talked about removing the Kinect because they're still making Kinect games.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a great series. I'll be glad to have
it
Dance
makes
Central
money,
back.
right?
Conference is starting, everybody. Enjoy the show. We'll see you afterwards.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the 2014 Xbox Global Media Briefing. Please welcome the head of Xbox, Phil Spencer.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to E3. It's an honor to be with you today. Let me start by welcoming the fans here with us in Los Angeles and the millions of fans watching us around the world on the web, on Xbox Live, and on Spike TV. I'd also like to recognize the developers here with us today, developers working to bring their creations to life and deliver them to the world. This week, we share a common purpose with our friends at Sony, Nintendo, and the developers and publishers in our industry. That purpose is to showcase the passion, creativity, and potential behind the fastest growing form of entertainment in the world, games. And we're here together at an incredible time in our industry. With the launch of 2 new consoles in the last year, this generation is off to the hottest start in history. This renewed interest and excitement benefits everyone: creators, publishers, console manufacturers, and especially gamers. On behalf of the entire Xbox team, I want to personally thank you, the millions of Xbox One owners around the world. We've been humbled and amazed by all of your comments, ideas, tweets, but most importantly, your support. Your feedback showed up in the console we launched in November and in the monthly updates we've delivered since. You are shaping the future of Xbox, and we are better for it. Today, we're dedicating our entire briefing to games. Our goal is to make Xbox One the best place to play games this generation. First, I want to show some of the great games coming to Xbox One in 2014, and later in the show, we'll announce some of the new games coming to Xbox in the future. The lineup is diverse: huge franchises, new IP, independent games, and maybe a few of my old favorites. Gamers are helping set the future direction of Xbox. And our friends at Activision and Sledgehammer Games are doing the exact same thing with the best-selling franchise in Xbox history. From the first time I saw what Sledgehammer Games was working on, I was truly inspired. In every sense, this game raises the bar for the next generation. I'm proud to open our show with what I believe is the beginning of a new era for this franchise. And once again, I have good news. Xbox owners will be the first to play all of the add-on content. Here's the first look at Call of Duty Advanced Warfare on Xbox One.
Hey! See you on the other side. Base man! I'm seeing heavy enemy fire on our drop pad!
Copy that, Badger 01. Adjusting your trajectory.
Hold on! Mitchell! Close the blind field! Come on, Mitchell! Now! Mitchell, now! Resetting drop point! Break this down! You still in one piece? Mitchell, hit the door.
Got a sheer drop on this side. There's a clear spot over here. We'll have to jump down. Everyone get your boosters ready. Remember, short bursts control your fall. Everyone up?
I think so.
Bad post to be up ahead. Final track. Gate 2-5 enemy armor. 10 seconds. Armor supported by several hundred systems. Rinse the bomb. Over.
Final 2, this is Spaceman. Stand by, copy.
Who the hell are you guys? Badger Squad, 227. Providing support for Devil Team 1. And we're already on the move. Caught you guys frag. What's your position? 2 clicks northwest at grid 775. All right, we're moving.
Badger 01, be advised. We are tracking a drone swarm heading your way.
Copy that. Everyone, keep your eyes open. Watch your head. Here it comes! Swarm! Everyone get down! Run! Run! Grab cover! Grab cover! Protect yourself!
That launcher is heavily armored. You're gonna have to find an access panel and plant the charges inside it.
Contact! 6 o'clock! Mitchell, over here! Give me a charge. Okay, time to second. Ah! Damn, I think my arm's broke. Okay, full. Don't worry about that timer. Wait, one more time. Pull! Lift it off. You gotta go now. Mitchell, we're out of time. You gotta jump now. It's okay. I'll see you on the other side. Mitchell! Mitchell! Frank, Ben! Badger 2 is down. I need immediate medevac. Hold on. Stay with me. You're gonna be all right. We're gonna get you home.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Turn 10 Studios, Dan Greenewald.
At Turn 10, we are inspired by your passion for cars and racing. Right now, every week, almost 1 million of you are playing in the Forza universe. Thank you, racing fans. 12 years ago, we started with a mission to ignite gaming passion in car lovers and car passion in gamers. To do this, we've delivered unique experiences like community paint sharing and drive-atar opponents powered by Xbox Live. We've premiered amazing dream cars like the McLaren P1 and the LaFerrari. We've continually updated our game and added new free content like Road America and Long Beach for our fans. And for you, may I present the most iconic sports car track in the world, the Nürburgring. Jackie Stewart's Green Hell will be making its next-gen debut in Forza Motorsport 5. Including the full 16-mile combined circuit, it's been 100% captured at millimeter accuracy and crafted from the ground up for this generation. We're committed to creating your home for racing on Xbox One, so we're thrilled to announce that the Nürburgring will be available starting today. And that's for everyone with Forza Motorsport 5, and it's free. And now, we're excited to show you the next edition of the Forza franchise. To present Forza Horizon 2 on Xbox One, please welcome Playground Games' Ralph Fulton.
Thanks, Dan, and thank you, Forza fans. Horizon 2 is an action-packed open-world driving game filled with incredible vistas, amazing music, and over 200 of the world's greatest cars. Including the premiere of the Lamborghini Huracan, our car list is bigger and more diverse than ever. Built for Xbox One on Forza Motorsport 5's graphics engine, Horizon 2 delivers a full day-night cycle and introduces dynamic weather. all in stunning 1080p. Last year, Forza's Drivatar technology changed racing forever. Now evolved for your open world, your Forza 5 Drivatar is already playing in Forza Horizon 2. When you choose to play on Xbox Live, dedicated servers allow you to join instantly. No lobbies, no waiting. And the experience is even more social when you create a club. With up to 1,000 members, your club can become a community in its own right. Forza Horizon 2 is epic. It's fun, it's beautiful, and it's socially connected. The road trip of your life begins exclusively on Xbox this September 30th.
Please welcome Senior Producer from Ubisoft, Vincent Pompriand.
Hello, everyone. I'm here to introduce Assassin's Creed Unity, the first exclusively next-generation installment in our epic saga. Unity is set in 18th century Paris, during the chaotic and ruthless period of the French Revolution. As Assassin Arnaud Victor Dorian, you will explore our biggest playground ever, which we have filled with hundreds of quests, activities, and rewards. But that's not all.
ACU also marks the first time you will be able to form your own brotherhood and join with up to 3 friends on Xbox Live. Let's jump in this exclusive gameplay demo to show you how Unity completely redefines the Assassin's Creed experience. Enjoy.
Take care of this, or I will use your head as a piss pot.
You, men, secure the front gates. Aye, Captain. First one that brings me a head gets 50 soon. You heard me? Secure the gates.
Despite the poor sports outside, our illustrious host, the Marquis, wishes to assure you that the rabble outside can cause us no... Return fire! Now!
Cowards! Get back here! We can work together. Spare me, please! They're only peasants!
Thank you. Merci beaucoup.
The very first game that I played was Missile Command in the arcade, and I was completely blown away by it.
Space Invaders. I remember the early Scott Adams adventure games on my TI-99-4A. It was mind-blowing to see that somebody could control what was going on a screen.
My dad brought home a Sears Pong station for our television with a little twist controller and a button.
I don't know what year it was, but it was Pizza Hut and it was Space Invaders, and I got hooked.
Those who would destroy us step into the light. The world is tearing itself apart. Chaos has left its mark upon me. Hunted for the power I wield.
I will die first.
Cover mechanic, right? You and your crate are safe now. Oh, hey! Welcome to spectacular Sunset City. Okay, here's the situation. A contaminated energy drake has turned everyone into mutants. There are survivors doing whatever they can to get by. But some of them are dicks, attacking others for their stuff. Whoops, ignore that one. But it's not all bad. All this place needs is a hero. One who doesn't just survive, but does it with style. Who is this hero? Me! Not me? Oh, you! Can you survive the many dangers? Can you help others survive? Can you save Sunset City? Can you? For the love of God, can you? Of course you can. It's a f***ing video game.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Insomniac Games, Ted Price.
In Sunset Overdrive, you, yes you, are the hero. Customize your character, be who you want to be. Traverse the open world with speed, strategy, and style using an arsenal of unconventional weapons and special abilities to save Sunset City. Now, in this demo, 2 of the game's factions have overrun the local amusement park, and our mission is to fight our way to the roller coaster on the far side. Let's go.
I used to think this town was boring. Yes! That's right! Yes! Let's try this. Nice! Okay, this is gonna be fun.
Now, it's not just about the campaign. We've also got a big 8-player experience called Chaos Squad on dedicated servers powered by Xbox Live. 8 friends cooperatively earn loot and save Sunset City. So, whether you're playing solo or with friends, be the hero you want to be in Sunset Overdrive starting October 28th exclusively on Xbox One. Thank you.
Here comes a new challenger! Go! All the Dead Rising heroes are back and kicking it old school in an all-new Dead Rising 3 arcade adventure! Cosplay as your favorite Capcom characters. Go! With up to 4 players online. It's game time! Super moves! Power-ups! Bonus stages! They're all super special surprises for the Capcom 31st anniversary! Awesome! Boom shakalike! Slam-a-lama Kingdom! Downright fierce! Plus Alpha! Tofu? Nice! Available soon! Actually, sooner than soon. It's available now!
I'm hitting whatever is moving. 50-hit combo. I'm not losing. Hadouken! 50-hit combo.
Please welcome the founder and CEO of Harmonix, Alex Rigopoulos.
Since we released the first Dance Central back in 2010, fans have danced to over 220 million songs. And for the past 4 years, Harmonix has been delivering high-quality, innovative motion gaming experiences for KINECT. On October 21st, we're excited to release Disney Fantasia Music Evolved for Xbox 360 and Xbox One. In this game, we've created a world where music and magic are one, where you'll become a sorcerer's apprentice and remix your favorite songs through expressive motion gameplay. But since the launch of the Xbox One, our fans have been asking us, when are you bringing back our favorite dance franchise? Well, the wait ends this September with Dance Central Spotlight, an all-new, digital-only title available exclusively for download on Xbox One. With a soundtrack of chart-topping hits and new technology that allows us to get new tracks into the game much faster than ever before, you'll be dancing to the hottest hits of the moment week after week. So, dance to top hits in Dance Central Spotlight and explore a world of music and magic with Disney Fantasia Music Evolved, only on Xbox this fall. See you at E3.
Please welcome Game Director David Eckelberry.
Thanks and good morning. For the last 2 years, the team at Lionhead has been building a new kind of role-playing experience. Fable Legends is a bold and innovative adventure, and I'm proud to share it with you here today. Welcome to a place of magic, fairy tale, and myth. This is where we can discover the stories and characters of Albion. This is Bright Lodge, the social heart of Fable Legends, and your home in the game. Say hello to Sterling. He's a classic Fable character.
Albion hangs in the balance. Enter hero, brave, noble, capable of self-narration.
In this growing town, you and your friends find and begin your quests. You'll also encounter many of the heroes you'll team up with. Here are just a few of them. Winter, a hero of will.
Somewhere out there is treasure, adventure, and a world of things better than standing right here.
Rook, a hero of skill.
All right, fancy pants.
And Inga, a hero of strength.
Well, don't hang about polishing your codgkins. We've got questing to do.
Right, let's see what's out there.
In this chapter of Fable Legends' story, the heroes enter an old and overgrown ruin in order to recover an ancient artifact. While humanity and its champions venture into untamed lands and primeval forests, the natural world prepares to strike back. Magical beasts, monsters, and even nastier creatures are marshaling their forces to defeat those who dare trespass into their realm.
We get in, we get out, swift and smooth.
Family motto and lifestyle choice, old chap.
Shut up, Sterling.
Red Cats! Stay behind me!
All right, boys and girls, this is where it gets serious.
This quest shall lead me to honor, glory, and, treasure. I'll be taking this.
Sterling, over here! You like ice with that?
If only there had been more of them. Got you.
Touch wood and scratch your wordle. We got away with that one.
Our vision is for more than just a cooperative Fable. We want to create an experience unique in multiplayer gaming, something innovative, and something dramatic. we needed a new challenge for you, our players. In Fable Legends, you can be the villain. The villain player in Fable Legends brings a whole new perspective to the game, controlling the world from above like a malevolent god. Every creature, every trap, and every spell you've seen so far, every challenge our heroes are about to face, the villain orchestrates it all. If you're the villain, it's your job to do the worst. You decide how, where, and who to target with your many evil powers and tricks. How does our story end? The outcome of each of your adventures depends on what's stronger. Is it the bravery and teamwork of the four heroes, or the skill and dastardly cunning of the villain?
Stand ready now. You want me? You got me.
We're almost there. Stick with it.
You hear that?
I can't hear nothing over you blowing, you stupid noggin.
How did we not smell that coming?
Watch yourselves! Olga!
Get back! Get back!
I think I chose the wrong underwear for this one.
The bigger they are, the easier the target.
Oh, bugger.
Now I've got you.
More of the beggars.
Oh, crap.
On behalf of the team at Lionhead, it's been my pleasure to share this first look into Fable Legends. Our multiplayer beta will begin this fall. To sign up and learn more, visit FableLegends.com. Join us in our magical world and play as a part of a team of heroes, or mastermind the game as the evil villain. The choice is yours.
If I could mash any two games, I just feel like all of them.
Yeah, just put them all in one.
I just want like Grand Theft Auto, but I could be a Ninja Turtle and Batman together.
Yeah.
Ninja Turtles and Batman? Actually, no, that's what I want.
Just Ninja Turtles and Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah. The arcade Ninja Turtles. We're coming, April! Like, they look like that.
Yeah. Running to the side, running
but
sideways.
in the style of the Arkham series of Batman games.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Really? Where's the rest of your game?
Oh, I almost forgot the best part. Dreamt this up last night.
Okay. Not bad. But wait till you see my game. Welcome to Desert of Death.
I see desert, but I don't see any. Right. That was awesome.
I told you.
So, what should our next game be? Steve's building some new mechs.
Nice. How about zombie mechs?
Yes, zombie mechs from space.
Done. Game on.
Almost 10 years without a new game. Guess we'll have to make our own.
If I were to go hang out with somebody from a video game, I'd probably choose Duke Nukem. And the old Duke, like original Duke.
I'd hang out with Marcus, the first character you play in State of Decay, because he's just an everyman. He's just a dude.
The main character in Limbo. The ogre in Titanfall. The guy's walking down Manhattan with his little buddy. I'd do that. Down the streets of Seattle. That would be pretty cool.
Be Master Chief. He's just one of the best characters, best designed characters. Great background, great story. Everything about him is just awesome.
To find him, you have to forget the stories. Forget the legends. You have to do more than walk in his footsteps. For he is more than the sum of his actions. I tell you this, not because I trust you, Agent Locke. But because all our lives are at stake. Because the seeds of our future are sown in his past.
Ladies and gentlemen, from 343 Industries, Bonnie Ross.
At the end of Halo 4, Master Chief was mourning the loss of his closest companion. He was questioning everything, his role, his purpose, and who and what he was fighting for. Now Master Chief begins a deeply personal journey, questioning authority and searching for the truth. And as we just revealed, there's also someone else looking for answers, searching for him. This is about Master Chief's journey, his past and his future. At 343, when we think about the Halo universe, we think of it as a real place inhabited by real characters and populated with a real, almost tangible history. And so bringing that history to life on Xbox One isn't just about making a game. It's about embracing our traditions and our roots and everything that we are passionate about with Halo. It's about retelling Chief's entire legendary tale precisely the way you remembered it, and then also from a new perspective as we lead up to the launch of Halo 5 Guardians next year. And so, on November 11th, 2014, for the first time ever, you can play the entire Master Chief saga on a single console, the Xbox One, with Halo, the Master Chief Collection. I love you too. The Master Chief Collection is massive. It includes the games Halo Combat Evolved, Halo 2, Halo 3, and Halo 4. But it's not just a celebration of our past, it's also about laying the foundation for our future. Everything you're about to see today is included in the Master Chief Collection. I'd like to welcome Dan Ayub, 343's executive producer of the Master Chief Collection.
Thanks, Bonnie. When we started working on the Master Chief Collection, we knew we had an opportunity to do something special. To not only rekindle our fans' memories, but to also introduce a new generation of fans to the Halo universe. The collection features a single unified interface to give you all 4 games with everything unlocked on one disc in a single seamless interface, so you can play the Chief's journey however you want. Now, unlocking everything at the offset also lets us do something else. We're going to create custom playlists, taking great moments from all 4 games and combining them together. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Now, as many of you know, November marks the 10-year anniversary of Halo 2. And I am excited to tell you that Halo 2 is getting the full anniversary treatment. We've retouched every part of the game, and of course, you can switch from new to classic at the touch of a button. Now, Halo 2's multiplayer was special for a lot of reasons, and we wanted to keep that intact. So Halo 2 Anniversary will contain the original Halo 2 multiplayer exactly as it shipped 10 years ago. In addition, we selected 6 iconic Halo 2 maps to recreate with the power of the Xbox One. I'd like to show you guys some gameplay on Ascension with the help of our pro players today. Okay, guys, everyone ready? All right. Okay, let's go. So we're going to be showing you gameplay from Ghost's POV because he's a lot better than I am. I'm trying. Oh, yes, we are playing Spartans versus Elites. And he's crouching on me. Okay, thank you. You also saw there a dual wield, another big mainstay of Halo 2 gameplay. And as I said, we are playing Spartans versus Elites. This is actually one of my favorite maps. We've got some great sight lines. You can really see the vistas popping here as well. Okay, there we go. We'll go. Go. Nice. Okay. Oh, get the Banshee. Okay, here we go. We got him. We got him! Oh, yeah, we got you. There you have it. That's just a sneak peek of what's coming your way November 11th. The Master Chief Collection has over 100 multiplayer maps. That is every map ever released on Halo 1 through 4, all running on their original engines, all running at 1080p, 60 frames per second on dedicated servers. And finally, because achievements are awesome, the Master Chief Collection will ship with 4,000 gamer score. Thanks, Bonnie.
Thanks, Dan. That's a huge amount of gameplay. But in addition to great gameplay, we wanted to lay the foundation for the future. So included in the Master Chief Collection is Halo Nightfall, our live-action digital series created in collaboration with executive producer Ridley Scott and director Sergio Mimica-Gazan. The series introduces a pivotal new character in a story that leads right up to Halo 5 Guardians. And as you can see, Halo Nightfall is currently in production, and we're thrilled to have this opportunity to work with such an amazingly talented team. And last but not least, the final piece of the Master Chief Collection. This December, we bring you the Halo 5 Guardians beta. It's a celebration of our arena multiplayer legacy, and the beta will debut new game modes and features. So here's just a small taste of what you're going to experience this holiday. Enjoy.
Ready! Let's move!
Please welcome back Phil Spencer.
The Halo franchise is the reason Xbox is here today. Halo launched the original Xbox, Halo launched Xbox Live, and Halo was a cornerstone on Xbox 360. Now, the Master Chief Collection will allow gamers to experience the entire Master Chief story only on Xbox One. You'll be able to play everything you've just seen on Xbox One this holiday. These games represent just a handful of the many games you will see this year. In addition to our holiday lineup, we are also investing in new IP, familiar franchises, and continued investment in Xbox Live. I'm excited to share a selection of our games from our 2015 portfolio and beyond. I believe these games highlight the breadth, depth, and diversity of our gaming portfolio. Let's start with the game from an incredible studio. Their first game was one of my favorite games of all time. It debuted on Xbox 360 and went on to win Game of the Year honors. This is a first look at what they have been working on for the last 4 years, and it will debut on Xbox in early 2015.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the director of ID at Xbox, Chris Charla.
Hey everybody. ID at Xbox is a program we've built to help independent developers realize their creative visions and bring great games to Xbox One. Independent developers like Cappy, Iron Galaxy, and Team Colorblind build some of the most unique and diverse gameplay experiences anywhere. Through the ID at Xbox program, we're supporting their creativity by providing developers with free development kits, free middleware options, and ongoing support that enables developers to self-publish on Xbox One. They get to use the full power and unique features of Xbox, from Live to KINECT, Smart Glass, our impulse triggers, and of course, our support for 8 controllers on one Xbox. We're thrilled to have so many amazing creators working on incredible new games, many of which are going to ship first for console on Xbox One. Games that feature innovative multiplayer like Lovers in a Dangerous Space-Time by Asteroid Base, totally new takes on social play like #IDARB from Mother Ocean, or that are just rad games like Plague Inc. Evolved from Endemic Creations, Cuphead from Studio MDHR, and Massive Chalice from Double Fine. Let's take a look at just a fraction of the hundreds of exciting new games from independent developers that are coming soon to Xbox One.
favorite game of all time is the NBA 2K series. I'll never know how to dunk in real life, but as LeBron James, I can do it, and I've been doing it for 15 years.
Kumail Nanjiani. I've been dunking for 15 years.
Yeah.
My favorite game of all time would be Operation Flashpoint. It sort of like was less of like a Call of Duty, like first-person shooter crazy, and more of like a military simulator. I'm a big simulator guy. Lots of like flight simulators. IL-2 Sturmovik. What a game.
The crowd is going nuts right now.
Yeah.
At the Galen Center.
When you're ready, open your eyes. I think we're making progress in these sessions. You say the flashbacks have stopped. This is excellent improvement. But I'm concerned that you're still shutting yourself away at home. It's important to gradually take steps into the outside world. Take some walks. Maybe pick up a nice hobby. A girl your age, you should be exploring new horizons. I'd like to know you're taking care of yourself. For many people, these traumas become a mental trap. They get stuck like a ship frozen in ice. There's another type of person. You know what happens to them? Miss Croft?
We become who we're meant to be.
Ladies and gentlemen, from CD Projekt Red, executive producer John Mamais and Konrad Tomaszkiewicz.
Hello. Konrad and I are totally thrilled to be able to premiere some new gameplay of The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Let's get right into it. So Witchers are trained from birth to find and kill monsters for reward. Here we're about 10 hours into the game on a griffin hunt. The griffin is nearby, so we prep for a possible encounter.
Probably to adjust its grip on its prey.
Equipping items needed for combat in this instance, a set of buffing potions, and a small crossbow. As mutants, Witchers possess heightened senses that can be used on command to, among other things, track prey. We can better perceive visual and sound clues in this state.
Hasn't caught my scent yet. It's a sitting duck.
So the bolts we fired will leave a trail of blood behind to help us track it. This sequence is set in a vast wilderness area known as No Man's Land. We can traverse any viewable location in the world, all the way to the mountain peaks in the distance and beyond. So we're losing him now, so we need to pick up his tracks again.
You can come out.
Damn it. He only came for a brew to break a fever. What are you doing here?
Tracking a griffin. Trail took me through here.
Seems I had a stroke of luck then. Thank you.
Look like deserters. Could be more bands in the area. I'll come back once I'm done with the griffin, just in case.
Fine. Happy hunting.
Monster hunting quests can often intersect in the open world with points of interest. So by dispatching those bandits, we can now return to the herbalists later in the game. But for now, we'll continue on the hunt. is just a very small part of the epic RPG that is The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Thanks for watching. Thanks to the Zayabista team back in Warsaw for their tremendous effort.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Creative Director Ken Lobb.
I love E3. I've been making games for about 26 years, over 12 here at Xbox, so I've been to a lot of shows. Basically every show they let me go to since early 1989. I like to spend much of my time as possible helping teams make their games great. Last year we announced Killer Instinct, one of the games I worked on in my past. I was thrilled with the response of the show, of course at launch, and I'm looking forward to playing people this week with TJ Combo. The idea of rebooting beloved old games is something that I have a lot of passion for. So we're doing it again. There's another game that I've always wanted to bring back from the original Xbox. Some would call it a cult classic. But I think, honestly, design. Great design is what we should be looking for when we're deciding what games we should build. So I'm honored to be up here on the stage today to announce, well, let's just watch the trailer.
How many hours have you played video games in your entire life?
In total?
Yeah.
At least 30 minutes a day on average.
40 hours a week, 52 weeks a year, 30 years of playing games.
I think it would probably be over 2 man-years of gaming.
36,000 research hours.
Like 60,000 hours.
About 15,000 hours over my life. Not bad.
Massive hours. Tens of thousands.
You're going for the high score?
Yeah, I'm going big.
Ladies and gentlemen, Game Director from Massive, Ryan Barnard.
All right. Hello, everyone. It's great to be back here at E3 this year with Microsoft and Xbox. So last year, we gave you a glimpse of a New York City on the brink of collapse, paralyzed by a devastating and deadly virus, which was released on Black Friday. And this year, we want to take you even deeper into our world. So let's join a group of Division agents as we navigate through a dangerous part of the city on our way to establishing a critical foothold in an area which has been overrun by hostile factions.
Snow is falling down just a little bit, the world's so quiet and still. Santa's out there flying around, and it's true.
Okay, I know where we are. I'm setting the waypoint to the base. Check your map.
Sir, I think we found the hijacked squad. We had a ship, you hear me? It broke through the subway tunnels. I don't know.
Looks like it's pretty close. Alright, follow me. It's this way. Looks clear. I'm getting a reading over here. This must have been the last train out. Looks like everybody panicked. Okay. Where's Bronson? I'll send him another invite. This must be where they were talking about. Watch your step. There you are.
Hey guys, I brought Chris.
Hey, Chris.
Hey, scoping out the area up ahead.
Okay, we're about to unlock my base. It's up here on the right.
Whoa.
Heads up.
Alright, so what do we got here? The lead's by the base and it's behind the truck. I'm marking them up for you now.
Okay, let's take these guys out first, as quietly as possible.
Alright, I have Tesla and Pulse up.
Alright, Ryan, let's change up our skills.
I'll pull aggro from the left here. You guys good to go? All good.
Yep, ready.
Alright, here we go. He's down. Get that last guy, get that last guy. Don't
I
let him go.
can't, he's getting away.
He's gone. Guy incoming.
Alright, let's go.
Okay, coming from the right. Find cover. Ooh, watch out.
Holy crap.
There they are.
There's loads of them.
I can't get a shot. Try and hit him from the right.
Can't. I'm gonna switch my weapon.
Okay, I got you. I'm moving up.
I'm moving up.
Okay.
Chris, can you mark some of these guys?
Ryan's got trouble.
I can't move, I'm pinned.
Gotta hit him, Chris. It's all you, dude. Yeah, I'm on it. Light him up.
Oh god, look out.
Let's go. Get down. I'm pushing forward.
Bronson, wait.
I'm down.
Hold on.
Let's go, revive me. Let's go.
Oh, there's a guy right behind me. Alright, you're fine. Get up.
Okay, last two. Hit him.
Turret's down. Get this guy on the left. Good. Okay, go. We gotta move up forward.
Last one. Keep the pressure on. Whoa. Wait for him to reload.
This guy's nuts.
You better bet.
Somebody do something.
I'm gonna make you big.
Go.
Come on.
Yes! That is the last one. Good game, guys.
Okay, that was good. Welcome, guys. So this is the base of operations.
Sweet home, huh?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
But it's huge.
Let's try to get medical online first.
Please welcome Game Director Hideki Kamiya.
My team and I are excited to present our next original game exclusively on the Xbox One. As a game creator, my passion has been giving audiences unique experiences. Today, we will give you the first look at our next creation. Prepare to see action at a whole new scale.
Ladies and gentlemen, the co-founder and creative director for CloudGen, David Jones.
Today, I'm excited to reveal the return of a game close to my heart and the hearts of many gamers, and one we're building all new and exclusively for Xbox One. In addition to a whole new campaign, fully playable in co-op, it's also coming back in a revolutionary new multiplayer experience, one powered by an army of dedicated servers on Xbox Live. It's time to reimagine your open-world gaming experience.
This is the voice of the agency, with a message for Vicente Villarreal, kingpin of the Los Muertos gang. Compared to your boys in Pacific City, you've done very well. You seized a few key districts, and the rest fell like dominoes. Well, you're in luck. We like dominoes. Agents, let's play.
Please welcome back Phil Spencer.
Platinum Games and Crackdown. It's great to see those games on our stage. Yeah, Crackdown is coming back. I said you'd see Crackdown when we had the right team to build the game. That team is led by the original game creator and a friend of mine, Dave Jones. It was great to have him on our stage today. Today, we showed you 90 minutes of games and shared our commitment to make Xbox One the best place to play games this generation. We showed you that this holiday, the best place to play games is on Xbox One. But this is just the beginning. We will continue to invest in bringing new creators to Xbox One. We'll continue to bring you new features to ensure that Xbox Live is the only place where you and your friends will be able to play the most anticipated multiplayer games of the year: Halo, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, Destiny, Forza, Sunset Overdrive, Battlefield Hardline, and more. We will continue to listen to you, our community, and will continue to make Xbox for you. That's not just my personal commitment, but the commitment of the entire Xbox team. Thank you for making your voice heard, and thank you for helping us shape the future of the new Xbox.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for the 2014 Xbox Global Media Brief.
There you have it, Microsoft's press conference, E3 2014. Welcome back. This is our post-show coverage now. I'm Damon Hatfield, Greg Miller. Hi. Lots to talk about. So many games to talk about here. We want you to be a part of the conversation too. Remember, you can tweet your questions at IGN, hashtag E3 2014. And one of the big games at the show was Evolve.
Right.
Got to see a new monster.
Yes.
Here to give us another look at the new monster are Chris and Phil from developer Turtle Rock. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us.
Hey, guys.
Hey, thanks.
Congratulations, first of all.
Appreciate it.
I believe Evolve is trending worldwide on Twitter right now.
That's exciting.
We'll see if maybe we can keep that going.
All right.
You showed off the Kraken.
Yeah, finally. We get to show a new monster. That's something everybody's been asking for the whole time, so we're excited to see it.
It looks awesome.
Thanks.
Damon, I've played it.
Yeah?
And I can tell you, it's awesome. I want to shake your hands. You guys have done great stuff. Of course, that video is up on IGN actually right now. Don't go yet because we're doing a demo here. But it's one of those, I got to play it at PAX and I was like, oh, this is fun, it seems cool, but I got my head kicked in because I wasn't, brand new to the game. Getting to sit down and do, I think we did 4 or 5 matches. By the end of that, all I wanted was more. It was so good. So you guys have nailed it.
I like how you...
Yeah, well, I mean like drugs. Don't do drugs.
Crack in.
Kills.
Yeah.
We gotta work on it.
Not follow me. So you're gonna show us a demo of the game. Is there anything we need to know before we dive into this?
We're gonna watch something from a game from Hyde's perspective. He's one of the Assault characters, and I believe Kraken's in here, so we get to see it in action. So
cool. Can we just jump right into that? Do we have that ready to go?
Yeah, they're kicking it up right now.
Okay.
So for people who are just not evolved enough to know about Evolve, how about that? Was that better? That was reaching? All right, sorry about that.
I think mine is better.
It's 5 players, but it's 4-on-1. Right. So what are the classes? We're playing as Hyde, he's Assault. That sounds pretty self-explanatory. Go out and do damage. What are the other classes? How does it all work?
Trapper is right in front of him. That's Maggie running right there. She's responsible for trapping the monster so the team can actually do damage to it.
Okay.
We have a medic, and that's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah, that's an easy one too.
And we have support, whose job is really to keep the team alive.
Okay.
And in this example, I'm not sure who it's probably Bucket, and Bucket's got a UAV, so he can find people. He's got sentry guns, so he can throw down defenses.
And there's the Kraken.
There's the first glimpse of the Kraken. So the big thing is Kraken can fly. It's something that everybody's been asking about. Is when we showed Goliath, and then everybody starts asking what would be cool for the next monster.
Sure,
it was like, I hope they have one that flies.
Right.
So,
and that was actually something that was interesting. When you guys told us about that, when we sat down to play it, I thought, well, all right, well, that breaks the game. I can just get way high and not have to worry about it. But Kraken, when you're in the monster's perspective, and again, you see this in the IGN video, when I'm just kicking everyone's ass, you have bursts on the side, right? So you can only fly into a 3rd tier or whatever, and then you can start coming down and have to do different things. Yeah. So you can't fly away and just cherry pick the entire time, even though that's good strategy.
Right. And the hunters all have ranged weapons, right?
Yeah.
So it's something that we can do. The Kraken's still got some really nasty melee. You see it a little bit there.
Yeah.
So he can get up close and personal and fight as well, but he really does the most damage he does at sort of a medium range.
Gotcha. And so, of course, we're in the enclosed cage here. This is one of the Trapper's deals. They can drop this and trap everybody in there, right?
Right.
The mobile arena. Yeah, thank you. That's a better. I called my mobile deal. That wasn't a good title. Mobile arena. That's better. I like that. That's why you get paid the big bucks. You get to make these games.
So the monster starts off small. He's what we call stage 1 right now. He's actually kind of at a disadvantage early on. And so he really wants to just run and he wants to feed and kill wildlife, eat wildlife, grow bigger and stronger, and bring the fight back to the hunters. But they don't want him to get that big, right?
Sure.
They want to keep him from getting that big. So the Trapper is able to throw down that mobile arena, trap him in there, and then he can't go anywhere for 60 seconds and allows the team to fight. And so it winds up sort of being mini boss battles. Every time you throw down one of these arenas, it forces the fight.
For me, the give and take, the tug of war of it, right? Because you start as the monster and you start a few seconds ahead of before the other guys get there. So they're coming in and you know that, and you have to run and eat and feed and hopefully evolve before they ever find you. But there's always that fear of they are right on me. You can, of course, the people on the ground can, go through track you. You see a little bit every so often the dog character there sniffing out, following down, looking
Daisy.
at tracks. Yeah.
So the monster's gone to stage 2 now, and this is the part when I'm playing the monster where I can breathe a little sigh of relief. Like you go from really being scared to feeling like, okay, now if I'm forced to fight, now I can really brawl with these guys. You're really kind of evenly matched with the Hunter team when you're stage 2.
Now this map is different than what I had played at PAX. What is this map?
Right, this is a desert environment. So we've got the cool thing about changing environments. We've got a whole new set of wildlife, AI-controlled wildlife. And that wildlife, of course, can be dangerous to the Hunter team. They can also be dangerous to the monster. But both teams can use them to their advantage if they're paying attention and they're careful.
I think that was my favorite part. Once when I was still stage 1, I think on my second or third game, I ran off and I was feeding, and then I just heard Marty and Naomi start screaming because they got eaten by plants. And then it was them trying to figure out how to kill the plants, and meanwhile I was able just to come over, maneuver, destroy them both.
Nice.
Use the environment.
It's very classic, yeah. And that kind of provides, like, we will have maybe 20% wins. Stage 1 monster wins, where monster will take advantage of something like that. You see 1 or 2 guys go down through wildlife, and you might take that opportunity to go in there.
Well, it was that thing where I thought it was so cool that it got them, and then later on I'm trying to feed, and all these other animals went aggro and started hitting me. I'm like, get out of here! I don't want to hurt you, and then they're hurting me, and I'm like, I gotta fly away. I just want to do them out. Because that's something interesting that I didn't understand until I got deeper in with the game. We see the Kraken's health bar up there. On top of it's the shield, like they're like armor.
It's armor,
yeah. And so you can replenish that by eating, but once it's gone and you start getting hurt, that's all there is. So even if you got away and fed again, your health bar doesn't fill up, just your armor.
Right, yeah. And so that armor is that buffer where you can take some damage. So if you do get caught in the mobile arena, you can fight for a little while, you can take some damage. As long as you don't get into the real help, you feel pretty good if you can get out of that without taking real damage. But the damage is permanent on the monster, so once you lose that armor, it's incentive to get out of there.
Exactly. So in the office, I guess, and then from playtests, what's the range you see from how long matches last?
Anywhere from, I had a 2-minute match about 2 weeks ago to...
Were those people just clowns? People you brought off the street?
It was a new guy at the studio. And I had a 33-minute round the other day, so that's a pretty wide range, just depending on how the monster plays.
So, and that's like an epic situation, right?
It is,
because the time limit ends. There's a 20-minute time limit, right?
Yeah.
But if you're in combat,
it goes into sudden death and the timer pauses.
Right. So that was like what?
Average game is 12 to 13 minutes.
Interesting. As you guys are developing the game, testing the game, how often do people shout, "Release the Kraken," when playing with this monster?
There are a lot of Kraken jokes going around right now. Yeah.
Where are we in the match now?
Well, I think he's still stage 2. It looks like they don't know where he is right now. They're following Daisy. Daisy is like a bloodhound, so she's able to smell the monster. So that's every character is different, right? So we've shown 4 characters initially. These are a different set of 4 hunters. So this trapper, her name's Maggie, and she's got basically a bloodhound, Daisy, who's able to sniff out the monster.
One of my favorite things to do when I got to play the trapper role later on in the day was you get those tethers that you basically put in the ground, right, and then they latch onto the character. So even if you were trying to fly away, to get away from combat, if you've tethered them, the Kraken has to stop, turn around, swipe them away, and then you get to do so much more damage.
Yeah, trappers control the monster in combat and try to control his movement, and that does 2 things. It allows the team to do damage, but it also means that the monster's not getting to the team to do melee damage to your hunter. So you protect your team from damage, and you're able to deliver damage to the monster. So.
Now we talked about the fact that you guys were trending worldwide. Again, congratulations. Don't let it go to your head. But it is one of those things that everybody in the games industry I know, and even at PAX, just consumers who sit down and play Evolve, they get Evolve. Immediately they're like, oh, this is awesome. I want to play more of this. Were you concerned? We always talk about it in the industry, right? Everybody harps on, oh, another sequel. Oh, another reimagining. You guys are like, we're going to make a new intellectual property, that's what IP stands for, and come out and do it. I mean, were you surprised that it's catching on the way it is? Are you, like, did you know that, I mean, we're the guys who made Left 4 Dead.
Right.
We'll be fun.
I think we knew we had something fun.
Yeah.
I mean, we do rapid prototype, right? We get it up and playing as quickly as possible.
Yeah, we've been playing this for 3.5 years now,
Right.
so every night. So
yeah, that
But
guy
it's-
had no chance in that 2-minute match.
But it's always
That's true.
Yeah, it's always a pleasant surprise. I mean, this has been awesome to see how people have sort of embraced it.
Yeah, people are stoked.
Yeah, and I think now with the second set of hunters and the second monster, people are starting to see the big picture where we're talking about combinations of characters, like what happens when Val's the medic instead of Lazarus, and what happens, so that mix and match of different play styles. So Kraken here is really, like we said, kind of medium range, fights a lot in the air. It doesn't have as much health and armor as Goliath does. Goliath is the brawler, the in-your-face, it'll punch you in the face kind of a thing. So these two monsters really are quite different from each other,
Sure.
and that's one of the reasons we lined up Kraken to be the second monster in the tier, was because it was so different from
Yeah,
Goliath.
that's the thing. I mean, I played Goliath at PAX and then got to play Kraken recently for the feature, and Kraken was way more my speed. I like being in the air, and then when you're in the air, you still have the melee attack, but it just fires off like little bolts.
Yeah.
So I'm up there and I'm picking until I could break up their team dynamic, and then
you
swoop
swoop
in,
in,
start
exactly.
melee, start dropping
Yeah.
that right there. That I don't know what it's called, but the black hole like force field thing, and do all these different things.
You mentioned the monster tier. Are you progressing to these different monsters? You have to unlock them? Or?
Yeah, you unlock them. So you'll start off, what we showed initially, the Goliath is the first monster. We wanted the first characters, the first medic to be very approachable, so Val has a med gun, right? Same for Goliath. We wanted Goliath to be very standard, very typical, like straightforward monster, what you would expect,
Right.
but then Grounder's he's a little bit harder to play. We didn't want him to be your first monster ever, because everybody's instinct is just to charge straight in and melee attack. Well, you do that with Goliath, but once you learn with Goliath to use your abilities, then Grounder becomes available to players. And like you said, there's guys in the office that still prefer Goliath, but there's a lot of guys who've come up to me in the last couple of weeks and said, you know what, Kraken is much more my style of play, and that's what we're looking for with these different characters, these different hunters, different monsters. It's about like what you're more comfortable with, what fits your style of play, and also we'll change up characters depending on who we're fighting against, or what some characters match up better with some monsters than others. So it's all strategy at the end of the day.
Okay. I know you're showing this demo. You just debuted the Kraken. Of course, your game's coming out this year.
Right.
It's getting down to the wire here.
It is.
I have to ask, like, how many monsters are in the game? How many maps?
We got 3 monsters, 12 hunters, and over a dozen maps.
Right.
I did not expect you to answer the question.
I
like you guys.
We're not talking about that at this time, but that's amazing. We
just here to talk about the Kraken. No.
Yeah. So awesome. So we still have another monster to reveal yet. So it's exciting. But
I bet. Yeah. Are you, at any point, are you guys sick of it? Like, you play it every day, right? And you iterate on it every day.
Never. It's such a deep game, and there's so many combinations, and there's perks that you can take on your characters. There's perks you can get in the off the wildlife, in the environment, different maps, different modes, different ways to play the game. So like I said, we've been playing for 3.5 years, and the most that people rage in the studio is when we don't have a play test. If 6 o'clock rolls around and there's no play test, the angry thread starts. So
before we let you guys go, I think we have a Twitter question that might.
Remember, you can be part of the show. Tweet at IGN hashtag E320.
Niels asked, will Evolve set a new type of genre where players experience both sides of monsters and players? I don't know. Are you guys creating a new genre of game here?
It is interesting, right? The monster's third person, the hunters are first person. We don't even we call it cooperative, competitive, first person, third person. We don't even know what to call it really. So
we just did what worked.
We just did what worked and what was fun and what we were excited about. So I mean,
yeah. I think it's a good idea to create your own genres, because then at the game of the year you win that category, because you're the only nominee. I totally think you guys should.
That would be cool.
Thank you so much for coming by.
Yeah, thanks for having us. Congratulations again. The game looks awesome.
Thanks. Yeah, exactly. I want everyone to go watch the video we did, because it's up on IGN right now. Not even because I'm in it and I'm awesome at the game, Damon, but I just want you to go watch it because the game's so much fun to play. We're so in.
Cool.
I'm in love with you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, you're
It's a
welcome.
beautiful thing. So much to talk about from the Microsoft conference, but first, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. All right, we're back. IGN's live coverage of E3 2014. We just got a little extra look at the new monster in Evolve.
Wait, can we talk about how hot this beat is?
You like this one? Greg, what do we have still coming up today? We're still just getting started today.
Damon, there's so much. First off, now we're getting into the weeds here. We're bringing back Ryan. We're bringing back Bernie. We're going to talk about everything that happened at that Microsoft conference. If we liked it, what the games were, what games we didn't like. Then, of course, we're going to roll into everything else that's happening. You got the EA press conference, the EA post-show, the Halo surprise that we can't talk about yet, Ubisoft, Sony, it's all coming up. Troy Baker's coming on eventually for the Sony thing. Aisha Tyler's coming on for the Ubisoft thing.
Like I said, we're just getting started here. Ryan and Bernie join us again. Welcome back, gentlemen.
Hey, thanks, fellas.
How was the Phantom Zone? Wherever they sent you.
We got to sit off stage and watch you guys play Evolve or watch the Evolve gameplay footage. That was awesome.
Right.
Gentlemen, not counting the Idea Xbox sizzle reel, I count 20 games shown at the Microsoft conference.
That 90 minutes flew by for me.
Oh, for sure.
Flew by.
For sure.
Yeah.
Before we dive into specific games, the big question is, what did you think of the conference?
Nailed it. So many games. Crackdown had been rumored, but what they showed obviously was a trailer, but it looked great, like a 4-player cooperative scenario to take down a building. How cool is that? The new game Inside from, which, like, was this Limbo 2? But it's definitely like in the same sort of vein or inspiration. But that's going to be incredible. Game
Sunset Overdrive.
It looked incredible.
Sunset showed really, really well today.
And what a great trailer in the beginning of them just making fun of like hiding behind the crate and stuff.
Classic twist trailer we were just talking about. Very important. We were also talking about before we saw it that last year the problem with Microsoft's press briefing was all about messaging. And so this time they go in, it's 100% games. The only thing I think that was not a game was the Halo Nightfall announcement.
That was just a brief,
that was super
very brief.
a mention of it. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Sony does, because they traditionally will like talk about numbers and like this is how much we sold, this is how we're doing right now. Microsoft didn't spend any time doing that. It's just these are the games coming out.
They didn't even mention, hey, our console's now available for $3.99.
They didn't mention that at all.
Nothing, just pure game.
No really shots of living rooms. That's what it was. We didn't see that. No fake families.
And I liked it at the beginning too. Phil came out and he talked about the fact that we're here for the same reason PlayStation and Nintendo are, right? Like they talked about the competitors. They didn't. It wasn't like those that shall not be named kind of thing. And like here we are. This is what we.
I counted one Kinect game. Dance Central Spotlight.
They also mentioned.
I guess Fantasia. All right. So
but this is the reveal of it or whatever.
Right.
The big trend I saw emerging was cooperative gameplay.
Yeah.
Dedicated servers, cloud powered.
Right. Assassin's Creed Unity, Sunset Overdrive, the new Dead Rising, however long that name is, Fable.
You're
even
correct.
More. The Division. It's just all these games are
right. You are absolutely correct.
I feel like that's honing in more on the trend we saw last year. I thought last year when we left, Bernie, before we even went to the conference, you were talking about how there's not that normal jump you see between console life cycles, right?
Right.
And I felt at last year's E3, it seemed like next gen was playing with people. It seemed like that's all they could push, right? That's what we're excited about. Here's Watch Dogs, and you can screw with other people's games, and here's the Division doing all this, and this is driving that home. Except they're honing in on. This is about playing with your friends in a very, very specific way, similar to how Assassin's Creed.
What do you guys think about cooperative Assassin's Creed?
I'm 100% down for that. I mean, so one of my favorite games ever is Splinter Cell Chaos Theory, and one of the things it introduced was a separate cooperative campaign where it was built for 2 players. We've seen games do this since, but Chaos Theory where there were cooperative moves and you had to work together, and it was co-op stealth. So this, I feel, sort of builds off of that Splinter Cell DNA in a way, while of course applying the Assassin's Creed touches to it. It looked fantastic. And really, I think every game, especially, look what final hardware can do for you. Compared to last year, the systems were still being finalized. this year, so many games I typed in our live blog looked gorgeous. So many gorgeous games, like really games looking next generation now.
Also, one thing I took away from this was the sense of scale in all these games. The scale is just ramping up and up. In the beginning of the Assassin's Creed Unity demo, for instance, I've never seen that number of people on screen at one time.
I'm not town square.
Exactly. I'm talking just characters. That looked like a Dead Rising demo.
Sure. I loved how they were in this vast outdoor environment, then moved into this indoor environment. That was seamless. It was great. They emphasized cooperative kills, moving outdoor into indoor in them. But I just wonder, how's that going to play in single player?
Yeah, are these separate missions? Are these things you can join me on anytime? For me, it's exciting, because originally when they're like, no, you can play with your friends, I'm like, no, not more Assassin's Creed multiplayer. This is what I never touch. But then when they showed it's playing the story or these missions together, I was like, oh, that's awesome.
Sure.
I'd love to do that.
That looks like fun. I still want the option of playing by myself.
Yeah, you're one of those guys.
So well. Yeah, one of those guys.
Emo, Damon.
Yes.
The world's so hard today, I just want to play my games.
No mention of Assassin's Creed Comet, but I guess that's because
current
that's
gen.
Current gen.
That's the current gen version.
Actually, no mention of Xbox 360.
As I predicted, not a single Xbox 360 game in this.
Yeah, they're looking forward for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, even Forza Horizon 2, which again we're covering all month long on IGN, is coming to 360. You would never know it from the press briefing.
Yeah, for sure. Greg, you called that they'd opened with Call of Duty.
Yeah, right. I have my money over here. We took photos with it, but then the Evolve, there it is. Look at me, everybody. If you're looking for me tonight, I'll be at McDonald's eating that dollar menu.
That will buy you exactly half of a soft drink on the E3 floor.
I do need that money.
It's more like making it sprinkle.
Yeah.
Making it mist.
No Kevin Spacey, though.
No Kevin Spacey.
What the
Making
F?
it mist.
It's because he lives in London.
He could have come over for this. They have money.
Yeah.
What did we think of Call of Duty Advanced Warfare?
I thought it looked very cool, but Ryan wasn't.
I'm still I saw a couple things that were like new and looked interesting, but I still mostly saw the same aim down the sights, big explosions, shoot guys, move on. I'm not quite ready to get. Yeah, I know.
That's cool.
Yeah, putting it in a sci-fi setting is more interesting to me.
Yeah.
Right.
I just wonder if that will work for, Call of Duty is a very broad, mainstream, modern military shooter. Sci-fi isn't quite as broad, right?
Yeah, but this is still I feel like this is a nudge towards sci-fi. It's not full-on District 9. It's
not Mass Effect.
Well, even
exactly.
Black Ops 2, the last couple Call of Duty games have nudged towards sci-fi.
Sure.
They've sort of leaned that way.
I don't know, with those swarms of drones over the city street, that had a very Matrix fight in the dock kind of feel.
I loved ripping the car door off and using it as a shield at one point. That was a neat thing.
And that was right at the tail end, though. If you could rip a car door off, rip the guy's arm off.
A lot of people were annoyed they didn't just rip the guy's arm off.
Especially when they cut off the guy's arm at the end.
We've all played Walking Dead. We know in that scenario now, we're like, gotta sell it off. Yeah, that's what I was hoping you'd pull out the shotgun and just put it through. No. And cut the black.
At this point, we're all just looking for an excuse to take off a limb.
Yeah. Well, then there were so many questions at the end of so many people on Twitter was like, was that the other guy's arm? No, it was his arm. It was a blood trail. Now he gets a robot arm. Now it's Bionic Commando. This is all prequel.
Or RoboCop.
Yeah.
Yep.
I agree with Ryan, though. That feel of when they were going down the city street, it felt very much like the March on the Bridge in Modern Warfare.
Yeah.
So it felt similar to me.
When you get out there, it looks very linear, right? Like in the beginning here, you're busting through a building. That makes sense for why I'd be going left, right.
Yeah.
But then on the streets, when it's like corridored off, it's like, all right.
But it's Call of Duty. If it's not broken, don't fix it, right?
Yeah.
People love that franchise.
That fine line to walk. I mean, I do love that it legitimately looks next generation now. Like, Ghosts last year did not.
Yeah, that was like an up-res PS3 game.
This looks fantastic.
Yeah.
The character models in particular were crazy.
Yeah. Especially when he pushes him off, that heartbreaking scene.
Yeah. Sorry.
They did confirm exclusive downloadable content.
Yeah, they're keeping the same thing going, so probably most likely a 30-day exclusive window for DLC on Xbox.
Also, they get that downloadable content exclusive for Dragon Age Inquisition.
Yeah, a lot of games actually. The Division, first DLC on Xbox.
Here's my thing. You mentioned Dragon Age.
Yeah.
They started showing Dragon Age. I was like, oh, this looks fun. And I was never big into the other Dragon Age games, but I feel like a fantasy RPG. Right. But then, even when I was watching Dragon Age, I was like, but The Witcher looks so much better. And then they did the Witcher demo, and it was just like, holy crap.
They both look great. I mean,
we're seeing more Dragon Age.
It's interesting to me. Dragon Age almost looks, and I don't actually mean this in a nice way, not in as a dig, but it actually looks it looks like a next generation Oblivion, like open world one, and because even the story is the same. These hell portals are opening up, and it's up to you as the savior to go close them. So it's sort of some strange Oblivion parallels for me in that game. But I really hope to get to go behind closed doors this week and see Dragon Age actually running and see really what it's all about.
Is that this year's game?
Yeah, I believe they said October. That's
It was in the first part of the show.
I think that's one of the.
Oh, right, October.
6,000 games coming out on October 7th specifically, if I remember correctly.
That's a weird curse as we go forward and as the visual fidelity of games get better and better because of better hardware, is how do you differentiate games within the same genre? As things become more photorealistic, you're going to have to make artistic choices, which in the past you had to do to get around certain limitations of hardware. Don't have to do that anymore, so how do you make a Dragon Age that doesn't look like a Skyrim or an Oblivion?
Yeah, that's tough. You talk about artistic choices. There's
The Witcher
3.
God, look at The Witcher 3.
I mean, it's always been good looking, and now it's instead of because the first two games were ported over to Xbox 360.
Yeah.
Now we're ground up for PC and Xbox One, PS4.
Yeah.
This may be the coolest representation of a griffin I've ever seen.
I was thinking the same thing.
The griffin was really, really cool. I think this is won the Reader's Choice of our Game of the Year last year.
That's true.
Witcher 3 for IGN.
E3 Game of Show, you mean? Or?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah.
so
Win Game of the Year.
Yeah.
We don't even care that it's not out for 2 years. It's Game of the Year.
Yeah, you mentioned like taking artistic choices. The Sunset Overdrive is certainly a game that has a very stylized artistic design.
I noticed they separated Sunset Overdrive and Crackdown in the presentation, that those were pretty far apart from one another.
Maybe play a little similarly.
Yeah.
Just visually at least.
Yeah, sure.
Sunset's much brighter than Crackdown, which just seems to be going back to its sort of more dark nighttime neon look.
Did you think at the very beginning of their trailer they were taking sort of a lighthearted jab at,
that was great.
at modern military shooters?
Yeah,
so good.
Yeah. I mean, the crate is safe, and he leaves. That was awesome.
He literally walked in, the first thing he did was cover mechanic, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, they break the fourth wall right away with the character.
Yeah.
I thought this was a really fun trailer.
Yeah, totally. And I hope it's driving home how much fun it is to play.
Yeah, I almost feel like from seeing Sunset Overdrive premiere last year to now this year, it feels like Insomniac has almost really figured out and embraced the style of this game. Like last year, maybe they weren't quite as sure.
Right.
Or there's like, well, let's put this out there. And now they're like, okay, we are doubling down. We are all in on this tongue-in-cheek, humor and art style and fast-moving gameplay.
I tweeted it, man. It's just so great to see them being funny and making a fun game again.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Just
no more Fuse.
Yeah, we're not going to do that. And the Dire of Resistance, we're going to get back to pulling, making an adult Ratchet is what it kind of looks like, right?
Yes.
I was super impressed with how smooth the navigation mecanic was with the parkour, especially after seeing Assassin's Creed Unity.
Yeah.
It's like jumping from the roller coaster and everything. It looked as smooth as you could possibly imagine.
Yeah, I mean, I've played it and it's, it'll hook you on to whatever whether it's a rooftop or a zip line. It's pretty easy to move around in the game.
That's another October 2014 game. October 28th is a date that comes out.
Yeah, so we've got Forza Horizon, the first party lineup, Forza Horizon September 30th, Sunset October 28th, Halo Master Chief Collection November 11th. So September, October, November.
We have a question from Twitter here, I think. We're going to pull this
Tweet
up.
at IGN hashtag E3 2014 to be part of the show.
E32104.
E32104.
Micah D. Mike, was the voice acting on The Division live or recorded? We'll answer that in just a moment. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Hashtag Belgium. Hashtag Belgium, I love it.
I go for a Belgium waffle.
Welcome back. IGN's live coverage, E3 2014. The question we were just asked.
From Belgium.
Was the voice acting? What's the question? Voice acting on The Division live or recorded? I don't know if it was live or recorded.
Live.
It was definitely scripted.
Of course.
Definitely scripted.
It was scripted to the point that when it started, I thought it was the characters in the game talking.
It was confusing.
And then I was like, oh, these are supposed to be people playing the game.
Remember, they did that exact same thing when they unveiled The Division at Ubisoft press briefing last year. They had the 4 players all chatting like in the most ideal multiplayer circumstance you'd ever see.
All right, coming up on the right. All right, we'll get down the track. Oh, he's getting away. Get him.
Watch your left.
When really it's just like, you go see Game of Thrones. Oh, why didn't you shoot him?
And then some loud music coming over the headset.
Mom, I need my chocolate milk. The chocolate milk reference, nice.
While we're on the topic of The Division, what do you guys think? I thought maybe this demo was a little too similar to last year's for me.
Yeah, I could see that. It was different environments, right? Like it was. I think it drives home a bit more that it's like apocalyptic, right? Like even the Division's original demo was in the streets. You're going through. There's a camera, and but it didn't drive home like everything's F.
What I liked about this though is, this game does have Tom Clancy's brand attached to it.
Right.
Tom Clancy's The Division, and what I like about The Division is that it seems to be adhering to the old school Clancy game, and it actually is tactical. It is one shot, one kill. It's almost like there are elements of OG Rainbow Six in here.
And SOCOM.
Yeah, definitely. Most definitely.
Little Rogue Spear. I got a feeling watching it, and Greg, I don't know if you felt this way. Did it feel a little Last of Us to you as well? I mean,
yeah, totally. The way they're dressed, right? It looks like they're like totally survivors running
One
around.
that's sort of, the little winter setting.
Yeah, and that is an experience that Xbox Live users have not had so far. Last of Us, unless they own a PlayStation 3. So
no one did.
I was pretty excited about it. I mean, Division's an interesting title too because I think they needed to show something. It's been delayed, but it falls in the same camp as Watch Dogs, which just came out. Do you want a game to be in development longer and be better, or do you want to just get it on shelves?
Yeah, and the big question I think with this game is, it's almost the same question we had with Destiny for a while, which was, well, it's sort of always connected, but it's massively multiplayer, but it's not. So like, what is the scale of this game? How many other people will you run into? Sort of how exactly is the game structured in an online way?
It seems like the enemies are all NPCs.
Exactly.
Yeah, characters.
Yeah.
What's weird about it is like looking at The Division, I immediately want to start comparing it to Evolve. And Evolve is a game we watch and we're all like, I can't wait to play that with everyone. And I look at The Division like, are we ever going to play The Division together? Like, I
hope so.
I hope so, but I don't know. Like Evolve is like, yeah, that's easy. Jump in, have fun. Your match is done in 12 to 20 minutes or whatever. And then Division, if it's just wandering around doing stuff, I don't know. What is this? What are we seeing?
Here we're seeing people starting to enter into the EA's press conference.
Oh, whoa! That guy just lit up his arm. Whoa. What kind of technology do they have?
That kicks off in about 28 minutes. You can watch it live right here. We'll have post-show coverage immediately following. What about that new Dead Rising content, the name of which is way too long for me to remember?
I started to type in the live blog, had to give up.
Yeah, I'm a grown-ass man, and every time Capcom puts out DLC for the Dead Rising franchise, which I love, I need someone to sit me down and explain it to me. I don't know what I just saw when they showed that.
Well, it's like, I thought they were going the way they did with Dead Rising 2, right? Where they put out another Dead Rising 2. Where you
that's where I thought it was going as well.
And then it was like, no, it's this crazy ass, we're making fun of ourselves in this meta way of how we do Super Street Fighters and yada yada
It's
yada.
out now.
Yeah.
But is it add-on content for 3?
It is.
You can't get it separately?
Right, you need to have Dead Rising 3, it's
If
DLC.
anybody can check Marketplace and tell us how much this costs, tweet at us.
Well, they kept using the word
15, if it's 20.
arcade in it too, in the description. They kept saying arcade over and over again, which to Xbox users can be a very confusing term to label something.
Well, what they mean is the speed and pace of the gameplay.
Sure, but I thought when they said that, I thought, oh, it's a standalone download.
Right.
And then at the end of the demo, they're like, no, it's DLC for 3. And I was like, okay.
I don't know, you gonna check this out, Greg? I know you like Dead Rising. Nope.
I have no interest in this. I love Dead Rising, don't get me wrong, and I enjoyed Dead Rising 3, but I like getting lost in that world and running around and doing missions and like kind of like. That's why I like State of Decay more, right? It's like it's like that RPG part of it. So just running around blowing shit up. Sure. Not a fan of. Sorry, Fran. There you go.
That's our one.
We do have another Twitter question here. Remember, tweet out your questions at IGN, just like Alistair Buttery did. No Fallout. If Sony doesn't announce it, you reckon Nintendo will? Please, oh God, please.
I wouldn't reckon that.
Oh my God.
Cut to Arya Stark laughing gif.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's funny. Like Fallout 4 is that thing that's always hanging in the back of my mind, right? I can't wait for it. I hope for it, but I always put it out of reach, saying it. It's not going to happen, so don't get your hopes up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if it happens,
if it happens, you're pleased.
Well,
flip this table.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's the Bethesda, the specific Todd Howard Bethesda games, the Elder Scrolls and Fallout, they've been doing Microsoft partnerships the last couple games where they've been doing like DLC first on the Xbox platform. So I would suspect that they would continue that again, but you never know.
But here's the thing: like, if you are PlayStation, do you think you throw dollars at them to be like, we want to change that, number one, but number two, we totally screwed our fan base over with Skyrim.
With Skyrim on PS3,
it didn't run well for Fallouts either.
Yeah, I think it's more of they're just building a new engine for next gen, and that we're just going to have to wait a little longer than we usually wait for Fallout.
Yeah, I think people want that initial announcement note so they can just at least know it's coming at some point,
Kind of like Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Well, before we get to Rise of the Tomb Raider, look, the more people are now entering EA. We get to see it.
Look at people walking.
Human beings entering a theater, everybody.
Really exciting.
It's what you wanted. Hey, you know what? I just do what I'm told.
I was surprised by Rise of the Tomb Raider. I was not expecting that.
They pulled the same trick that we saw with Halo last year. The mystery hooded person. Oh my God, it's somebody I know.
When that started, you thought it might be Rainbow Six.
Well, just for 2 seconds until I went, oh wait, no, that's not. That outfit is clearly not.
I liked it. I'm not even a huge Tomb Raider fan. I liked it a lot. I felt that hit with me. It really did. I really liked that teaser. Yeah.
You didn't like the last Tomb Raider?
I'm just not a huge fan of the series in general.
Okay.
I mean, I did play the last one, the reboot, if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
And I liked it, but I'm just not traditionally a fan of the
I
series.
like that Lara, clearly from her literally physically and emotionally scarring experience of the first game, is in therapy now.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm such a fan of the rebooted Tomb Raider world or whatever. I'm so ready for the new one and another one.
I like that title. It's not Tomb Raider 2, Rise of the Tomb Raider. I like that.
Yeah. It sounds a bit goofy.
Tomb Raider Rises.
I'll get used to it, but it sounds a bit goofy, I think.
She is the Tomb Raider.
I know.
Guess they've never called her.
But we never call Rises. We never call her the Tomb Raider.
Yeah, that's true.
But whatever, it's more Tomb Raider. I don't care.
Yeah. Fable Legends. What do you think of that demo? I guess it wasn't really a demo.
Gorgeous visuals. Yeah. Again, it almost. This is gonna. This.
Here we go. This is about to make so many angry.
This is for the OG Xbox fans. It almost looked like brute force. Like it was 4 players running through an area, taking out guys, sarcastically chatting with each other. It brought me back to brute force on the original Xbox. And I'm not saying that's bad, but I don't know. Again, it's what I said in the pre-show. Fable for me, the key tenets of it are the charm, the dog, the character customization with whether you want to be good or evil.
Right.
And this is you're picking a selected role, you're running through this dungeon. And, one person gets to be the villain. So I don't know. It
strikes me as one of those games where you're just applying the license to it, right? We have an idea for a video game, and they're like, well, why not just make it a Fable game? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm being too harsh. Maybe I'm judging it too fast, but that's what it strikes you as, right?
I'm no more fired up. I wanted to be more fired up about Fable Legends than I was after initially seeing it at Gamescom last year, and currently I'm not, other than the visuals look incredible.
And I've learned over time, too, that Fable announcements and Fable releases are two entirely different experiences.
Well, Peter Molyneux has moved on.
Eons apart.
I'm still recovering.
Is this more Fable?
Yeah, this is more Fable here.
This is they're about to start
it is beautiful.
Playthrough. Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Very, very pretty.
Well, this franchise lost me after Fable 2, and this trailer got me excited about it again.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, I want to play again.
More cooperative play. We're here.
That's a big deal, Damon.
In the future.
Yeah, now what I want to know is, with the villain stuff where you're placing enemies, can I do that from my couch with smart glass, with my tablet?
You have to think, right?
I really hope it's not just a thing you have to do with a controller online. I want to do, 2 people on one couch, one's the villain, and then the other guy's playing with, other human players.
Did they even mention smart glass the whole conference?
No.
And that's on
games,
purpose,
Damon.
too.
Yeah, games.
Yeah, not a lot of hardware at all.
What about making your own games in Project Spark?
Now that Conker's there.
I think it's a big announcement. They have a license pack or whatever that is coming with Project Spark. I think that's going to open the gateway for a lot of other packs that have familiar characters.
We actually have a Twitter question related to this.
Oh, do we now?
Is that? Yeah, Conker is back. What's the deal with this? Couldn't be more hype.
Be.
No,
nothing
could get more hype than Conker coming back.
Seems like a weird mix, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Mature rated title?
I think it's the wrong. Conker is well loved. I think this is not a good way to bring Conker back.
Yeah,
not a good way.
Yeah, no, totally.
They basically said, look, we're not going to make another Conker game. If you want to play Conker, you have to make it yourself.
Buy this other thing you don't really want if you want Conker.
Maybe.
I mean, you figure Project Spark's aimed at people who like Little Big Planet, kids, like it's kiddie thing, and so then Conker is your gateway to just the gamers who remember and miss Conker, right? Like at least it has us all talking. A lot of people are tweeting about Conker. No one usually tweets about Project Spark.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm just at a point in my life where I fully appreciate creation games like this and Minecraft. I have a 3-year-old and limited time in my day. I want to play something that professional game designers have designed for me. I don't really want to sit there and make stuff, but I fully appreciate people who do want to just jump in there and create stuff. It's just not for me.
It presents an interesting opportunity. downloadable license packs, right?
Yeah.
Bring licenses into the games you're creating.
That's a great idea. I mean, it's something.
Like you could make a Ghostbusters game if they gave you that.
Right. I mean, that's something that Little Big Planet's been doing forever, right? Here's costume plaques, sticker skins, and everything else. And this is a different world. It was cool when they were like, and now for introducing galaxies, and it was like, they're expanding the scope of what.
Star Wars galaxies?
Not yet.
Oh.
Don't get ahead of yourselves.
Right.
But if Disney has their way, I guarantee.
Another Twitter question about a game close to Ryan's heart that was finally revealed.
Yes.
It's coming up in a moment.
Right now, tweet out IGN hashtag E3 2014.
It's about the Master Chief Collection.
Do we have the footage of me jumping on the desk like
Confirmed.
I promised?
Yeah, you didn't do that.
All right, stop.
I didn't want to ruin this pretty.
You happy with the Master Chief Collection?
Extremely. I was actually fortunate enough I was shown this ahead of time, and there's a
playing dumb on the pre-show.
There is a huge preview actually on IGN.com right now. It's so long it had to be broken up. I break it up game by game and exactly what you get with each game and what it has. But yeah, I've been really, really excited about this because for me as an old school Xbox gamer, okay, 3 and 4 ported over to Xbox One, 1080p, 60 frames, dedicated servers. That's all well and good, but for me, this is getting Halo 2 back because the servers have been turned off for years. So complete with the full original maps, including all the DLC, so all 23 Halo 2 multiplayer maps. And then, for the first time ever, Halo 1 in its original OG form, playable online, dedicated servers. Could never do that before, so.
Something you'll be really happy about is that immediately after that, Certain Affinity down in Austin, Texas, they tweeted that they're part of the experience of building the Halo 2 multiplayer for this. And Max Hoberman, the guy who started that studio,
Was
one of the original
multiplayer lead on Halo 2.
That's good. That's good heritage right there.
Yeah, we're seeing on screen now, so there are 6 Halo 2 maps that are being separately remade on an Xbox One engine. And we're seeing Ascension, and it looks gorgeous. Very curious to see how it feels.
Why? You think
because it's built. They've said it's built for Xbox One. This is clearly a field test. So I wonder if it will still feel like Halo 2, even though obviously it'll look, dual wielding, the whole works. But will the physics be the same? Is this just a visual thing, or does this actually have any sort of physics or gameplay tweaks to it as well? But I wonder, Bernie, what the other 5 maps are.
Yeah, so do I. Because all they showed were Ascension screenshots from different angles.
I think it's got to be Lockout, right? Lockout's got to be one of the 6.
I would think so. I think Zanzibar.
Zanzibar.
Yeah, that was one of the critical ones in Halo 2. One of the things I noticed though too is that if you're worried about like what is going to be like versus the original Halo 2 experience versus now, the submachine gun sound effect, the popcorn gun, was one of the most criticized sound effects ever, but they put it in. That must have been a huge internal debate.
Right, and I can also tell you from having been pre-briefed on this, because people will be asking, well, what about, super jump? Yes. BXR? Yes. Like, they did not alter the code, so the weird glitches and things you could do in Halo 2 are still there, although fortunately, the standby trick won't work anymore since it's all running on dedicated servers.
No, so sword sniping will be back and that kind of thing.
So I challenge all comers in a swords-only match on Lockout.
Wow.
Lots more to talk about.
Halo nerds over here.
I know. We could probably just leave and they could just talk about Halo.
You guys can go. We'll take it from here.
There is a lot more to talk about. We're going to take a quick break, but we'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. We were just talking about the Master Chief Collection. But what did you guys think about the...
$60, by the way. People have been tweeting me. Is it 60? Yes, $60.
$60, November 11th.
4,000 gamer score.
One disc.
Yep. They showed Halo 5 Guardians very, very briefly.
In two parts. Like, first, when the Halo anniversary announcement was coming up, the Master Chief Collection, then all of a sudden kind of morphed into a Halo 5 thing, and then we got a little glimpse of the beta there at the end.
Can I tell you a little quick something about Halo 2 anniversary as well? The cutscenes are all being redone by Blur. Which are, like, if you don't know, look them up. They're a ludicrously talented cinematic studio. So all the cutscenes, like, they showed us a picture of Sergeant Johnson, the original Halo 2, and then the redone. He, like, seriously almost looks photoreal.
They did the Halo Wars cutscenes.
They did,
right? Yeah.
Yes.
Halo Wars not in the Master Chief Collection.
No.
No.
But what did you guys think of Halo 5? Did you want more?
It was brief. I mean, we got a glimpse of red and blue Spartans running towards each other, which seems like a really cool thing, but, you know.
It seems like they're ripping that off from somebody.
But yeah, it's, I mean, it's just more. I thought it was interesting that the beta is going to be in December, so what does that do to the traditional Halo release dates in November?
So I have a theory on this. I have an editorial that should be posting up on IGN.com.
That almost seemed like a setup
now.
Yeah, that was like right into that.
Totally organic. I have a theory that this is less, Halo Master Chief Collection is a little less about fan service and more about what does 343 do with Halo 5 multiplayer? Because Halo 4 rather, fell off a cliff as far as the player base. Like there were 400,000 users when the game came out. They lost half of those when Call of Duty Black Ops 2 came out like 2 weeks later, and then it went down, and more or less no one plays Halo 4 online anymore. Whereas the old Halo games had huge tails, huge long tails. You built a career off of those pretty much multiplayer games, and deservedly so. And so I think they're looking to make significant. I think they're putting these original multiplayers for all 4 games into this Master Chief Collection because they want to see what people are playing. They want to use us as, they want to see what people want. Do people want Halo 2? In which case, we'll tailor Halo 5 to be more Halo 2.
That's actually really smart.
So check out my editorial on IGN.com.
They did say new gameplay modes in that short beta announcement. They did say that. That was
for Halo 5.
For Halo 5, yep.
Yeah.
Well, there's EA.
I mean, doing it that far out means they plan to make actual. This isn't like a glorified demo. They will make design decisions based off of the feedback of the multiplayer beta.
I wouldn't be surprised. Master Chief Collection comes out, and everybody's just playing Halo 2, not the other 3.
I think it's going to be a lot of 1 and 2. It's mostly 2, and then 1, and then 3, and not a lot of 4 because people can already play 4 if they want to on 360.
Recent,
yeah,
right?
of course.
People know that one.
Just natural.
One of the coolest games I thought of the show was Inside, the new game from Playdead.
Oh, yes.
Creators of Limbo. That looks so cool.
I like that even without like a VO or anything beating you over the head, you kind of understood what was happening in that world of like, there's like people who are walking around like robots, and like when the light's on you, you have to walk like a robot, and then the rest of it, you're sneaking around trying to get around and do different things.
Yeah.
That was cool.
It was very reminiscent of Limbo.
Right, except with red now.
Yeah.
A couple extra colors.
And now, only in the next generation.
Can we bring you red?
Now with tint.
Limbo debuted on the Xbox 360. They
Sold
confirmed this one will debut on Xbox One.
Yeah.
And eventually make it to other platforms.
So my question now is, will there be a Summer of Arcade with Xbox One digital titles? And if so, is this going to headline the first one next summer?
That'd be awesome.
I would be down with that.
Yeah.
Because they've stopped doing Summer of Arcade, haven't
Well, they've stopped doing weekly digital download releases on Xbox One, or I should say they haven't started.
They kind of stopped doing arcade. They don't really differentiate that way anymore.
Now it's just
digital
games are games.
downloadable
It's the
titles.
Summer of Games.
Games. Life of game.
No,
No,
go ahead.
I was going to say, we already talked a little bit about The Witcher 3. What is Phantom Dust?
It's just a really well-loved original Xbox game, and now the developer on the spot escapes me. But Japanese developed. It was a cult favorite. So seeing it come back.
Is it? Well, what type of game is it? Is it a fighting game?
It's been too long. I wasn't a Phantom Dust guy in the day.
Well,
so we'll have to look it up on the
old computer.
on the internet. Yeah.
Nor was I. I'm getting like a Final Fantasy vibe from it, though.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's and there's a morph here from like real time or your modern day to some post-apocalyptic world where these two are like one of the only survivors fighting for reality. I'll check it out, but I'm not familiar with this title. Never seen it before.
Were you expecting more Killer Instinct?
Well, when KINECT
when he came out, right, and he had a Killer Instinct logo behind him.
Exactly.
There we go.
Like, so presumably there is still a season 1 or season 2 happening, and I thought we'd hear about it. Not yet.
I thought that was going to be, and it looks like it is going to be the section of the press briefing going forward where it's like, this is where we bring back the popular old title, fingers crossed for Viva Pinata.
That would have been awesome.
Yeah.
Here you go, Damon. I don't know why you don't remember this one. Phantom Dust is a pseudo card-based action strategy game in which the player collects skills, over 300 total, and takes missions to attempt to discover why Earth is in the condition it is.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, that sounds awesome. You know I like card games. So.
OXM called it unlike anything else on Xbox.
Hey, that was us.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily praise, but sure, we'll take it.
Naughty Bear was unlike anything else I'd ever played on the PS3.
You mentioned bringing back old games. Crackdown's coming back.
That was sort of the headliner, really. The closer. The closer.
Yeah. That's exciting. I like Crackdown a lot.
I'm glad it's not Crackdown 3. It's sort of
a reboot, I guess. Yeah, not a remake. Reboot. Yeah, it's 4-player co-op, full campaign, plus they said another separate, dedicated multiplayer mode. I mean, they're clearly, it's very obvious from this, we're going back to the tone of the first game, not the second game, which is universally regarded as a misstep. You know, it was sort of a zombie game. The second one was a zombie game, so this is very much in the vein of Crackdown.
There should have been some more orb collecting, though.
Oh, I'm sure there's plenty.
I know there is. Why didn't you put it in the trailer?
Still, one of my favorite Xbox 360 achievements ever is getting to the highest point in the highest building of Crackdown 1, and then another achievement if you jump off and land without dying. You had to jump into the water. You had to get a good enough leap, and then you got another achievement.
Yeah, like achievements like that are awesome.
Yeah, achievements
so
like
good.
that.
Yeah, so this it's being
done. What did you guys
think
of this trailer?
Great trailer.
Yeah.
David Jones, the original creator of the first game, and then because the second game he wasn't involved in, he had left to go do APB, which was an MMO that ultimately failed.
Huge. It was a huge MMO that was a huge success.
Clearly, we live in alternate timelines.
It closed in like, what, 70 days?
Yeah, it didn't go well.
Yeah.
But yeah, so now he's got a new company, CloudGen, that he's developing it with apparently some of the presumably original team members. And so here we go, Crackdown not 3.
Apparently setting up the cooperative play. One player can drive an explosive truck
presumably that truck can morph too, you know, is what you could do in the first game as you leveled up, your vehicles would level up to level 2 or level 3.
Not bad.
I think the last big game we haven't covered yet is Scalebound, the new game from Platinum.
Yeah. You could hear Ryan Clements squealing here in LA, just so excited to see Platinum. It was interesting to see what people thought of the protagonist in that trailer. Because he's all like mouthy and he puts on headphones and does all this stuff, and immediately the thing was like, it's the year of the snarky protagonist, or I hate this guy.
Yeah.
But this part looks cool. It seems it's one of those things that I'm watching it, it seems crazy.
Is it Monster Hunter-ish?
Who knows, but it's totally Platinum. That's the one thing, like, right? You could show me this trailer with no developer attached, and you'd be like, I bet Platinum games. Especially the part here in a second when he armors up for the first time.
Yes.
That looks
like
just
Vanquish.
just like Vanquish's armor or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's not a bad thing. I mean, Vanquish was awesome.
Yeah, we saw Hydra in here, a couple dragons.
The Hydra looks really cool.
Right there,
it's
it's
important to keep in mind, like this trailer's cool, but we don't really have an idea what the game is going to be like.
I bet it's a text adventure.
I mean, you can bet on fast action from Platinum.
Exactly.
I think we're firmly establishing this year as the year of the gigantic monster.
Yeah, people like that.
Year of the gigantic monster.
Hydra.
Sure, with Evolve.
Beat that, Evolve.
The E3 of the giant.
We have 7-headed monsters.
We do have the results of our Twitter question.
Oh, right, we wanted
poll.
to know.
Out of the Master Chief Collection, which one are you most excited for?
It's got to be 2, right?
Unsurprisingly,
it's gotta be 2.
Everyone was 2.
Yeah.
Oh, really? There you go.
We also have a question for Bernie, I think.
Remember tweet at IGN, hashtag E3 2014.
3 was better selling, though. I have to point that out. I would have voted for 3.
Shut up, Bernie.
Oh, sorry.
What's our question here? So, okay, we're standing by.
It's coming.
Just a few minutes away.
Our question is, how does Rooster Teeth post Twitter questions to their video feed? Because we could use help with that.
Oh, my name got autocorrected.
Will Red versus Blue have any hand in the Halo collection or Halo 5?
Ooh.
Rooster Teeth, well, we've worked with the Halo franchise for a number of years, but if we were working in any way on the Halo Anniversary or Master Chief Collection, we would not be able to say here on IGN. Why not? What's that?
You have no announcements to make at this time.
You guys have a pretty ravenous audience for information, so
that's
I'll just do this. Mum's word.
We're about 5 minutes away from the start of the EA press conference. Anything you thought was missing from Microsoft's conference?
I thought for sure. I mean, that was games. Great show. I thought there would be a cinematic just one more thing, Halo 5 trailer to close it out.
Yeah, they closed it out with a montage of everything we just saw.
Which was a little, not bad or anything, but I just thought that, Phil was pummeling everyone watching, and I thought there'd be that last uppercut, boom, Halo 5.
There was a lot of great announcements in there that we got, but I was waiting for that moment, you know what I mean?
Peggle 2.
We talked about Fallout, and talked about all these things, like something crazy we didn't expect.
You have Peggle with a co-op multiplayer and a giant monster, that would be a huge hit for this.
I'm going A-. For this,
Oh, wow,
which is not the IGN scale at all.
Most improved.
I would give this conference an A-. I thought, it was so much great stuff. How could you not be excited about owning an Xbox One after all?
Bernie, what was missing for you?
Gears. We talk about a big closing. Microsoft has 2 huge wholly owned IPs with Halo and Gears. They could have shown either one of this, and they didn't. Halo 5, they showed a little bit, got us excited about it, but I was expecting a big closer on it. But overall, I thought it was great. I would go full A. I thought they did a much better job than last year, and I think people wanted to hear about games, and that's what Microsoft delivered.
I thought maybe they might mention Metal Gear Solid 5, just because they led with it last year. They want to they show these games that aren't exclusive, but they want to associate in your mind. They want to associate these games with
Metal Gear has always been a PlayStation associated franchise.
Yeah.
Then what do you think, Greg, how does this set up Sony? Obviously, their presentation has been locked for weeks.
Yeah, there's no way to change it.
What would be the ideal scenario for them to also have a strong performance?
I think now you come down to you have to have a holy crap announcement of some kind buried in there. And we keep harping on Fallout 4 because now it's on the center of our minds, but something like that, right? That you just didn't expect happening. If Sony comes out and they just show, some third-party games, some exclusives, this stuff, but all stuff we kind of knew about, then they're in the same boat here, right? Where it's like, solid conference, great, can't wait to play these games, but I'm not ready to light my hair on fire and punch Colin Moriarty in the face.
If you did, that would be really good TV, so please do that.
Well, if they announce Fallout 4,
they could go the other way and do hardware. They could show off virtual reality.
Yeah, but does that demo well?
It is hard to show it, isn't it? Yeah, it is.
Yeah, no mention from Microsoft for any plans that they have with VR to stay competitive.
Right.
Just a few minutes away from the start of the EA press conference, let's take a look at the schedule for the rest of the day.
Oh, yes, let's do that.
EA conference is next, followed by our post-show, then our Halo surprise.
Yeah, you're gonna
surprise.
Should I tell them what it is, or
are you able to?
I don't know, but I guess you'll want to see it. It's legit. It's not some teasery thing that you're gonna regret later. It's legitimately good.
All right, so stay and watch it with us.
So
watch
definitely
everything with us. We have so much to talk about still.
We do have one more Twitter question, I think, lined up here.
Hey, look how fast that came up.
No Gears of War info. All we got was a logo. Yeah, we're just mentioning this.
Again,
it's just a little too early.
We did say at the pre-show, the game's literally been in development for 3 months. There is nothing. There is nothing. But we didn't even get a little voiceover logo trailer.
Right.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
I know you guys say these are locked, but I always have the feeling that they see how things go and they determine how the show's going to end. And I think they hold stuff back. I know that in the past we've expected a big announcement that didn't happen. They were announced shortly thereafter. There was the ODST countdown on the website that then didn't happen at the briefing years and years ago. So who knows? I think these things are more fluid than we give them credit for.
Maybe, but Microsoft always has to go first. So Sony has the advantage there, right? Because they get to wait and see what Microsoft does.
Worked out last year.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
If you look at the end montage there, it seemed like there were more things you expected to have seen at that briefing that were included in the montage, including Gears.
Ryan, for you, what was the best, or what was the standout moment of the presentation?
I would agree with Greg that there wasn't a holy hell moment, but there were so many great moments.
Right.
Maybe Inside. That actually might have been the standout for me. And, of course, Master Chief Collection, just because it's just dials back into everything that made me happy in 2004. But if I had to single out one, it's close between Crackdown and Inside for me.
It'll be interesting to see with Inside. Limbo was, a 6-hour game maybe. Yeah. Are they going for something bigger this time, or are they sticking to something more modest? I don't know.
I say they stick modest.
Yeah,
that's what
Okay. You want to put some dollars on the table?
Oh, here we go.
No, I'm not. You'll take all. Who's going to hold on to these dollars till that game comes out?
Double or nothing.
Bernie, standout moment for you.
Gosh, this was a briefing all about games, so it's just what games do I want? There's 10 of them in there that I want to go out right now and pre-order. But Inside, Master Chief Collection, and I got to go with Sunset Overdrive.
Yes.
I'm still super hyped about that.
That was totally for me. It had a great trailer that was funny and really, Inside talking to us, and then they showed the game. They played the game. I was like, yep, perfect.
It looks fun.
Yeah,
for sure. We're just standing by now for the for the EA press conference to start, which you can see right here. They've got lights,
lasers.
Lights confirmed.
We got lights too. They're right there.
We're betting on Kevin Spacey. We're sticking with it.
Hey guys, I got here late.
Yeah, look, check it out. We're like in a video game. Look, there's like my little light icon above my head. That's my.
Here's the question then about EA. I'll say to everybody here, what do you want out of the EA conference?
Mirror's Edge.
Really?
Mirror's Edge, Battlefront.
Mass Effect.
Yeah. I just don't know how likely it is.
Oh, no. This isn't what do you think's going to happen. This is a what do you want
See,
to
I
happen.
don't want to like set myself up.
Well, I don't care. It's already. I'm thinking about Fallout nonstop now at the PlayStation conference. So y'all screwed me on that. I'll screw you on this. Like when they showed the Dragon Age demo and it started up and it was going, I was like, yeah, good job, BioWare. And then I was like, oh, BioWare, where's Mass Effect? Show me Mass Effect.
Yeah. I think last year they revealed they're working on new Mirror's Edge and Battlefront. So
yeah,
you think those are likely updates on those games, right?
I would hope so because they're probably two of the most anticipated things that we saw from them last year. So it would be strange for them to be completely absent this year.
Right.
They got to show us Battlefield. It's Battlefield Hardline this year, right?
Hardline, cops and robbers.
Yeah, which I think sounds really cool.
Yeah, that sounds like fun.
I'm actually really
tough talking cop.
They saw the success of Payday 1 and 2, and they're
all right. The conference is starting. Stay tuned afterwards for our post-show coverage.
Star Wars belongs to everyone who loves this amazing universe. We've all grown up with it. And now, we at DICE have the opportunity of a lifetime to make the Star Wars game that, as fans, we've all dreamt of playing. To stay as true to the films as possible, we went back to where it all began. Visiting the Lucas archives to capture the actual models and props used in the movies was an incredibly emotional experience. There's so much love and detail in these pieces that we want to get into the game. But to immerse players in iconic Star Wars battles will take more than just authentic weapons and vehicles. We went to the original movie locations, not just to capture the environments, but the emotions they invoke as well. The early results are truly spectacular. We have an experienced team, an extraordinary collaboration with Lucasfilm, and some of the best technology in the industry. But above all, it is our passion for Star Wars that will bring this legacy to life like never before. And as someone once said, do or do not. There is no try.
Welcome, everyone, to the Electronic Arts E3 preview show, coming to you from the Shrine Expo Hall in Los Angeles. We're live on Spike TV, we're streaming around the world, and we're ready to kick off E3. So thanks for joining us today, and thanks to the team at DICE for starting us off with a look at one of our most ambitious new games, Star Wars Battlefront. Over the next hour, we've got a dozen new experiences that are being built by creative teams with a love for games. For the people who matter most, our players. We're doing the show a little differently though, so let me set the stage. We've got games here today that are just a few months from being done, and with others, we'll go behind the scenes. We'll see early designs, concept visuals, and raw prototypes of just some of what's to come over the next few years. We'll explore interesting worlds, epic landscapes, and ridiculous action. We'll also hear thoughtful reflections on what's inspiring the future from some of our most passionate creative leaders. Everything we've got for you here today is tied together by a common thread, a commitment to put our players first, a commitment to create amazing games, games that connect, inspire, challenge, and entertain us. A commitment to lead with creativity and innovation, imagining new ideas for a new generation. And a commitment to listen to you, It's about putting the games into your hands and inviting you to help us make them better. This is the foundation for Electronic Arts and the inspiration behind what we have for you here today. So, let's jump into the world of Dragon Age Inquisition, and then an early glimpse inside 2 more new projects from our very talented storytellers at BioWare.
Ladies and gentlemen. Wow. All the feels. I gotta settle down. That was beautiful. Thank you for an amazing opening. Dragon Age Inquisition marks the beginning of the next generation of BioWare games, where we'll combine powerful narratives with expansive open-world gameplay so you can explore and discover with more freedom than ever before. In Dragon Age Inquisition, you step into a world on the brink of chaos as the Inquisitor. Your past and motivations are shrouded in mystery. The choice in how to proceed is yours. You'll assemble a team of unique and powerful heroes and lead them against the forces of evil. Together, you'll become legends in the Dragon Age. You'll have a choice in how you lead your team into the heat of battle, and we're going to give you a taste of that today. One way to approach combat puts you right into the heat of the action. As you're about to see, playing this way gives you the ability to take control of different party members. You can use their skills to help you succeed in battle against the apex predator of our world, a high dragon.
Sarah's out!
Heading over here.
Could use a hand! What on the rock? Vivian! Sarah!
Now, another way to approach combat is to use the tactical camera. More powerful than ever before, this mode removes time from the equation by pausing the battle. You position your party on the field, issue orders, and take ultimate control. Whether you choose an action or tactical approach, these heroes won't just fight beside you across our expansive, beautiful open world. They are true companions with their own stories to discover. I want to leave you with a first look at some of your team of heroes.
The threat has brought them from across the world. Blackwall, a Grey Warden, will be no stranger to giving his life in defense of others. And this war may ask it from all of us. Sarah, a wild card who draws strength from the common, not halls of power. As passionate and reactionary as the groundswell she brings. The Iron Bull, a Kunari mercenary strong enough to overcome anything except the life he left behind. Vivienne, a mage with both ambition and incredible power. But what is her true agenda? The time has come for us to stand together. Whatever we were before, we are now the Inquisition.
Great stories are timeless and they'll last forever. So at BioWare, we try to make that the heart of what we're doing.
You know, you really bond with these characters, you remember them, you remember the story long after you've played it.
This isn't just a story that I want to tell, it's a story that is to be discovered. It's interactive narrative.
As we start designing the next Mass Effect game, we start by asking fans what they want, you know, what Mass Effect means to them. One of the things that fans have told us most about what they want in the next Mass Effect game is to go somewhere new and to move forward.
New places, new characters, new people to fall in love with.
We're taking you to a whole new region of space.
This world is so vast that you can just kind of continue on to the horizon. There's more and more experience for the player to enjoy.
Pick a planet across the other side of the galaxy and fly there and see what you'll discover.
Imagine what we can do now with the power of new consoles and amazing software.
It all looks fantastic.
We've never seen these characters this real before. We think fans of the series are going to be surprised at just how far we're going. While the Montreal studio is working on the next Mass Effect game, our team here in Edmonton is developing a completely new IP.
It's a chance to have a clean sheet design and start from the most fundamental principles you can have.
We want to take on very contemporary stories, and yet we want to build a world that is as big and as imaginative as everything we've done before.
It starts off with baby steps. What are the environments? What are cities like? What are characters like?
So we're trying to build a fictional world that feels real and is alive and is constantly changing.
This is what the world is doing right now. Come and play.
At BioWare, we're building worlds and journeys for the next generation.
How far can we go with these new games? Wait and see.
Hi, everyone. I'm Rachel Franklin, and I'm excited to introduce you to the next generation of The Sims. Smarter Sims. Sims with real personalities. And the stories you'll tell about these Sims will be entertaining, meaningful, and sometimes a little weird. In previous games, you controlled the mind and body of your Sims. In The Sims 4, for the first time, you control their hearts. Here we are in our Create a Sim, where you decide what your Sims look like, and brand new to The Sims 4, who they are. You define your Sims' personality. The traits and aspirations that you choose influence their emotions, how they behave, and how they respond to other Sims. So you could make a hot-headed athlete who loves literature, or a romantic nature lover with a touch of insanity. You have so many possibilities at your fingertips, so many Sims to create. The Sims 4 features lively, vibrant neighborhoods, rich communities where anything can happen. This is a deep simulation where every Sim has their own story, and they're all connecting, colliding, and influencing each other's emotions. So the local gym is a great place for me to show you how personality and emotions influence your gameplay. You can tell how your Sims are feeling at a glance. Happy. Depressed. Energized. So let's meet Chuck. I've made him a hothead, so he's already prone to flying off the handle. And I can push him even further. So today he's really fired up and he's working out those abs. Well, how did I get him into this state? It all kicked off last night when I introduced Chuck to Gladys, his rather eccentric neighbor. I made Chuck recite some of his poetry, but I haven't leveled up his skills yet, and frankly, his poems suck. So this is when the power of our simulation comes into play. Personality drives behavior, creating richer stories. And in this case, Gladys hates Chuck's poems so much, she decides to get physical. Oh, Gladys. Losing really ruined Chuck's night, and he's still mad about it the next day. Now, I feel bad for Chuck. Let's cheer him up. And what better way to do that than by throwing a party? So it looks like it's working. The neighborhood's shown up, and Chuck is now feeling playful. He's cracking jokes. He's becoming the life of the party. Uh-oh, here's Gladys, and she's still looking for a fight. Her foul mood is affecting everyone else. I need to inject a dose of fun into this party, and I know just how to do it. I leap into the all-new gallery to look for something special. It's full of wonderful homes and Sims created by other players. And for the first time, you can share their Sims complete with their full personalities. I can bring another player's Sim straight into my game. It's that simple. So, ladies and gentlemen, meet Princess. Now the party's really booming. Ooh. And check out those dance moves, huh? Chuck's having so much fun he can't stop laughing. I'm pushing his emotions to the extreme. In fact, he is laughing so hard, he dies of laughter. So where else can you find moments like this? The Sims 4 is unlike anything we've ever made. These new smarter Sims are full of personality and humor, and the possibilities when you play with life are simply endless. We invite you to create your own weird stories on September 2nd, when you'll get to play with the next generation of The Sims.
Welcome to a world of exceptional Sims, where Sims with new emotions connect and collide for the first time. They're smarter, with big personality. You create them, you control them. Their stories are yours to tell. They are friends, they are family, they are neighbors. These are all new Sims. Create their stories and play with their lives like never before.
Empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend.
You know, the Gracies were founding fathers of the actual UFC, but I think the sport of mixed martial arts was started by Bruce Lee.
I think he was one of them guys that made martial arts mainstream. Before the UFC, before any of this stuff was about, guys wanted to be Bruce Lee.
Just a magnificent, extremely powerful being. He's someone that I strive to be like, and it just makes you feel powerless because no one's going to be like Bruce Lee, no matter how much you study or how much you know or how much you strive to be that type of person. He's just a truly extraordinary, one-of-a-kind individual.
Whoa, whoa. Hold on. Ordinarily, I would agree with pretty much anything Jon Jones has to say about fighting. After all, he is the UFC light heavyweight champion, and I am a 5'8" game developer that shouldn't be in his weight class. But he did get one thing wrong. This year, in EA Sports UFC, anyone can be like Bruce Lee. Virtually speaking, of course. And whether you're playing as Bruce Lee, or Jon Jones, or GSP, the team at EA Canada has been working hard for 2 years to make it the most awesome experience we possibly can. So let's jump into the fifth round of a battle between Bruce Lee and the prodigy BJ Penn and see what I'm talking about. You can see both fighters are rendered in tremendous detail, and the effects of the previous 4 rounds are evident on their legs, their midsections, and their faces. My strategy, if I was facing Bruce Lee, or anyone really, would be to run out of the octagon, but BJ Penn is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, so he's going to look to take the fight to the ground.
And he slams him down.
Big takedown. I'm sure he's going to start trying to set up a submission here. First, some big elbows. And here we go. He's going to start locking in what's called a mounted triangle submission, which I'm sure sounds like a lot of fun, but trust me, it's not. But Bruce Lee is no slouch on the ground. He's going to manage to escape and get the fight right back to the feet where he wants it. But BJ Penn is a 2-division UFC champion. He's not afraid to go toe-to-toe with anybody. But here we have Bruce Lee's fists and feet of fury starting to take a toll. And exceptional athletes can do exceptional things, like jump off the cage and get people in the head. BJ Penn's got the heart of the champion, but the brain of one of our producers right now. And that means good night. I don't think he's getting up from this one.
Let's take another look at the huge kick.
No. And that's just a quick look at EA Sports UFC. We can't wait for you guys to feel the fight for yourselves when the game drops next week. Thank you.
Great job, Brian. Man, that game looks amazing, and I love to play it. For this past year, everyone's been asking me the same question. What will change in the NHL franchise when it finally comes to the PS4 and Xbox One? My answer, almost everything. Starting with a new generation of hockey player, one that comes alive with intensity, athleticism, and emotion. NHL 15 will also give you more control than you've ever had to embarrass your friends and truly create those amazing highlight reel goals. We've put physics on all 12 players and the puck, bringing a new level of toughness and unpredictability to every game you play. And beyond the ice, NHL 15 brings the energy of the sport to life in the most detailed arenas we have ever built. This is the beginning of a new generation of hockey. And on behalf of the team back at EA Canada, I'm extremely proud to give you your first look at actual gameplay in motion. This is NHL 15.
Thank you to the teams on UFC and NHL, 2 new awesome games from EA Sports. Now, if you know me at all, you know I have a passion for fast things, especially cars. Inside EA Studios, we have a different way of thinking about speed today. For us, it's all about getting to the fun fast. We are changing the way we create. New tools and new ways of working allow us to explore more game ideas than ever. With this, we can bring a new feature, level, or environment to life in a matter of days or weeks, and actually feel how fun it is. Now, some of these ideas will work, and others won't. But the ones that make it into our games will be awesome. Who better to show you what I'm talking about than the guys at Criterion Games? They know a thing or two about speed. Now listen, we don't typically show things this early, and let's be clear, this is early. But it's also very cool. And let's be honest, we all know that there's no way we could keep this a secret anyway.
At Criterion, we come from a world predominantly experienced through cars. It's time for us to explore new adventures. Imagine what that could be.
So with Criterion, it's all about the experience.
Our history is in cars, going really fast and taking big risks. High action, kind of physical, speed, danger, huge crashes. Crashing's cool. This is a new era for Criterion.
We've reinvented our office. We've taken away any individual desks. The whole team now is really agile and able to work together in really flexible ways. Occasionally we work from the pub.
When we're ready for build review, we get in front of the screens and we play the game.
Play the game, figure out a new change that needs to be made, build it, and then within about 5 minutes, play the game again.
Because in our experience, the more times we go through that, just the better the game gets.
So this new IP gives us the ability to move beyond cars, which is just so exciting.
We've got ATVs, we've got helicopters, we've got boats, we've got wingsuits, we've got parachutes.
Crazy combinations of vehicles jumping over each other, through each other, under each other, tied together.
What's the most exciting thing I can do in a plane, on a jet ski?
There's not a single vehicle that we've talked about that I don't find exciting.
Really been inspired by what we've seen people sharing in the real world, that the first-person views.
The movies that they take are almost like athletes' point of view.
We've absolutely been influenced by all the amazing action footage that people are capturing and putting on YouTube. This is a first-person game.
We're not going to ever take you out of that, so if you get in a vehicle, you're going to climb in the vehicle. Your hands are actually going to touch these things.
And it means an expanded landscape.
So many different types of terrain that we've never been able to explore before.
Our players can go anywhere, they can make any experience they want.
You're walking around our world and you're just looking at the vehicles and the scenery. It feels epic.
It really is an ultimate game for us.
It's a Criterion game, so it's going to be fun.
This is going to be the biggest game Criterion's ever made.
Criterion is looking at things differently, and at EA Sports, we are too. So today, I want to share a couple of cool things coming out of Tiburon. First, our golf franchise has had a rich history of delivering authentic golf along with fun fantasy courses. But there's always been limits to where you could go and what you could do. Now, for the first time ever in a sports game, we're leveraging Frostbite 3. EA Sports PGA Tour will allow you to experience real-world courses in stunning detail, while also pushing the boundaries of golf to places you've never been. With no load times between holes and fully rendered environments that let you explore every inch of the course, this is golf without limits. And yes, you can hit over a battleship. We look forward to showing you more in the coming months. Now let's talk about Madden. Gamers have been telling us for years they want defense to be more fun. And we get it, because defense is nearly half the game. With Madden NFL 15, we're transforming your experience on the defensive side of the ball. Let's start with your perspective. When you're playing defense, it makes sense to have the camera behind you. So we've introduced some new defensive cameras that'll allow you to read and attack the offense right in front of you. Next, if you're a defender and you get locked into a block, that's no fun. Now you'll have much more control. You choose the direction to push your opponent during a battle. You can push him to the side to close up a running lane, or you can push him forward to disrupt the pocket. You can shed a block, or use a pass rush move to break free and take down the QB. And open field tackling has always been a challenge. So we've redesigned how you make a tackle to get more consistent results. A tiered tackle cone makes it easier to zero in on the ball carrier and set up the appropriate attack. Conservative tackles are the most reliable, giving you the greatest chance to take down your opponent. Or you can take a risk with an aggressive tackle, but it'll take more skill. Up close, you can pull off a big hit. Further away, you can dive towards the ball carrier to stop him in his tracks. Look, I could go on and on about all the defensive improvements in Madden 15, but here's the point. You're gonna have more control on defense than ever before. Now, instead of feeling like a liability on defense, you're gonna have a lot more fun. We also want you to feel the intensity of the NFL. So we've added hundreds of new player emotions and reactions. These play out in real time on the field, replacing old scripted scenes. And we've paired them with a new set of dramatic presentation cameras, all directed by an Emmy Award-winning cinematographer from NFL Films. If you watch NFL films like I do, you know they're the best in the world at showcasing the emotion of football.
Let me tell you a story about the other side of the ball. Since the beginning, they've always been the last line of defense, the protection, the safety net. But the best defenses aren't just a net. They become more than that, way more than that. The steel curtain, the fearsome FORZA, and now the Legion of Boom. They all had one thing in common. They shut down their rivals by imposing their will. Make that transformation. Shed every block. Defend every pass. Make every tackle, and don't give them an inch. Now it's in your hands. So what are you gonna do? Madden, NFL 15.
If we're going to do MOBA, we don't just want to clone.
We knew we were coming out of nowhere, and we knew that the people who liked MOBAs were super diehard. We put it in the players' hands at a very early stage, and we were just kind of like, we're going to build this in front of you guys, and whatever you tell us about this, we are going to hear it whether we like it or not.
It's just a constant dialogue with our players, and Dawngate is constantly getting better for it.
MOBA stands for Multi-User Online Battle Arena. For Dawngate, what we've done is broken down the genre to its component parts and built a new game that doesn't just clone the classic MOBA, but builds on it by focusing on a flexible metagame. But the metagame in Dawngate is based around your particular team composition, the roles your team is choosing. So the game is going to play different every single time, allowing you and your team to genuinely try new strategies.
It allows them to basically play any of these characters that they really identify with in any position in the game.
When we set out to make Dawngate, really what we wanted was characters who were fighting for a purpose.
All of the characters that you play, the map that you're playing on has been conceived of in a massive epic story arc that's really just kicking off with the players.
Salus, he's a character who I love to play. He's sort of a lizard monk, very zen.
There is a little spirit wisp dude. I love the design of that guy.
Big guys with axe.
Dude, if you can't geek out about something, we're probably not gonna have a good time hanging out.
We built this team specifically to make this game, to make Dawngate. We're a group of hardcore MOBA players, so we knew if we were going to make something awesome for our players, it had to be awesome for us. The sky's really the limit. Dawngate has been designed to entertain you. The opportunity is there for us to go wherever we want, so long as it makes sense for the player.
This is an amazing time to be making games, but it's really an amazing time to be playing games. Every year at E3, I'm inspired by the energy that surrounds this industry. I love the cool innovation and creative thinking, but I also love the conversation. For a lot of us, it's the first time we have a chance to come together and interact. So, we hope you like what you've seen so far today. And now listen, I'm a little biased, but I think we're doing some pretty cool stuff. So tell us what you think, challenging us to create the best, most amazing experiences. We embrace the honest and open dialogue. As I said at the outset, we're doing things differently, but not just for today. We want to invite you in early to share new concepts, to let you know what's inspiring the new games you'll see down the road. This is our commitment to put players first. Have a little faith. We're not done just yet. We've got a couple more games to go. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Mirror's Edge is about mastering the environment, and Mirror's Edge is about faith.
Here is where I started. The simplest building blocks of faith. And that would be the white, the red, the blacks. Of course, we kept the glove. That in itself is iconic for her.
The style and tone of the game implies that everything we do needs to be elegant, minimalistic, and it has to have a certain attitude.
Where we use colors, the accents are very specific and controlled. That's where the attitude comes from. Her body needs to reflect her life, what she does, who she is.
Faith's physicality and freedom of movement is interesting in contrast to a very conformist society. Faith and the runners, they've chosen to sort of step outside of this world voluntarily. I admire her independence, her integrity, her daredevil ways.
She's a runner. She's very strong. The overall look should give them a sense that, well, you shouldn't mess around with Faith.
Mirror's Edge is a game that's focused very heavily on movement.
We've had parkour artists come in, talk to us. They can teach us a lot about the moves that we have in the game and how we can also expand on it.
We're building on the first Mirror's Edge when it comes to the moveset that Faith has.
Everything is geared towards traversing and navigating this environment. We want the player to be able to experiment and find different paths in the environment.
You know that you can get there, but how? And that's when you explore, not just the environment, but also what is it that Faith can do.
For more varied experience, we will expand on who she is in this world. Why is she doing what she's doing? What's her reason for being Faith?
This is a girl that actually tattooed her eye. You do it for a reason, is to make a point.
We are creating faith for a new generation.
So, football is the greatest drama on earth. It has the emotional pull that keeps the world coming back season after season. With FIFA 15, we've created a game that lets you feel the emotion of football like never before. You will feel the game. Emotion touches everything we're showing you today. Incredible visuals that blur the line between the virtual and the real world, and emotional intelligence that connects every player on the pitch. Players now have memories. They will show their emotion based on the context of the match, from the ecstasy of triumph to the agony of defeat. It's a level of creative expression that as a game developer we've only ever dreamed of, but now it's alive in FIFA 15. Our player control system brings an all-new level of player personality and responsiveness to the game. New stutters and strides let you cut, sprint, and explode out of turns. And our new ball physics system models movement depending on precise contacts with the ball. It's creating astonishingly realistic trajectories and spin. You'll feel the physicality of the sport in man-to-man battles, full-body defending, shirt pulling, shoulder barges, and possession tackles fundamentally change the way you compete for the ball. And we have created the next generation football player, athletic, lean, and stunningly realistic. You'll not only feel their athleticism, you'll see it too. FIFA 15 will have atmosphere that you can feel. The Poznan at Etihad Stadium, the frenetic energy at La Bombonera, the Kop at Anfield. Feel immersed in these iconic theatres of sport. Witness the sights and sounds that make you feel just like you're there. On the pitch, boots will leave their mark. Hard slide tackles will tear the turf and kits will get dirty. Ad boards animate, corner flags will move, and goal frames clatter on impact. The entire stadium is alive and packed with emotion. All of this adds up to a FIFA experience where you'll feel the emotion, intensity, and athleticism of football. There's much more news to come before we launch this fall. This year, you will feel the game.
Football is the greatest drama on earth. This is our stage, our theater. I was born into it, others were adopted, but we're all connected. If you don't believe we're family, you haven't felt what we felt. Agony, tension, heartbreak. But that moment, when it comes together just right, words cannot describe. But this isn't fiction. This is real life, our life. The stages are real. We can feel them, experience them. They come to life. These leading men take the ball, take the man, and take their place as legends. Our heroes run through walls to ignite our imagination. An entire season changes with one kick, one bad decision, one slip. But one magic moment lives in our hearts forever. We live for these moments. We are these moments. This is more than a game. This is football. FIFA 15. Feel the game.
Today, we're introducing Battlefield Hardline. It's a new game that puts you right in the middle of the war on the streets between cops and criminals. When Carl Magnus and I first met several years ago, we talked about what would eventually become Hardline. He loved Dead Space, and I was playing a ton of Battlefield 3. We started to think about ways we could work together. We talked about expanding Battlefield to new worlds with new weapons and new ways to play. 3 years later, and here we are today. Cops and criminals, good guys versus bad guys. This is the foundation of Hardline.
Now, we're always exploring new directions for the Battlefield franchise, but only if the ideas make for great games and only if we have really passionate teams that want to build them. And of course, whatever we build needs to stay true to Battlefield's core values. So Steve and his awesome team at Visual started out by building Endgame, which was actually one of the X-Packs for Battlefield 3. They learned what fans love about Battlefield multiplayer, which is team play, strategy, lots of vehicles, open battles, and of course, destruction. Visual is also well known for storytelling and are bringing a fresh approach to Hardline's campaign. It's much more like a great TV crime drama than something out of a traditional shooter. But of course, at the core of every Battlefield game needs to be an amazing multiplayer experience.
Now let's check out some of the gameplay footage from a 32-player match and heist. This is an all-new mode where the criminals are trying to make off with the loot and the cops are trying to stop them. So let me paint a picture for you. It's a normal day in downtown LA. Then all of a sudden, all hell breaks loose. Alarms are going off, an armored truck has been taken out, SWAT teams are swarming the scene. You'll see this battle from multiple perspectives. This is cops versus criminals. This is Hardline multiplayer. Let's take a look.
Biggest planet cracker in her class.
Sure, why not? It's been a pretty quiet day so far.
Breaking news. A heist is underway in downtown Los Angeles. The target? Armored trucks. Sky 5 News is reporting live from the increasingly chaotic scene.
Gentlemen, let's get cracking. We got a heist to pull.
Place the charge.
211 in progress. Suspects are armed and dangerous. Backup is needed. Code 3.
Cops spotted on the bridge!
Someone pinned down! Help me out here!
He hit the crane cable! Got me.
The package is en route to the drop-off. This guy's dead!
That's what you get! Take the shot! They've got us surrounded! Stop them!
This is the police! Land your helicopter now!
Take the pilot out! No! No! You have the right to remain silent. Hell yeah! Now listen to us! Spotted!
Thank you. The team's been working really hard. Now, if you're a gamer like me, you don't want to watch games. You want to play games. We're about to do something we've never done before. We're going to launch a beta of Battlefield Hardline today. Go to battlefield.com to sign up for a chance to get into the closed beta on PC and PlayStation 4. It's first come, first served to get instant access. And here's Adam Boyes from Sony to give you more details on a cool new way you can get into the beta on PlayStation 4.
Thanks, Steve. Game looks amazing. I've been a huge Battlefield fan for a long time. My brother and I used to play a lot of Battlefield Vietnam back in the day. So it's a huge honor to be here. Our team at PlayStation could be more excited to bring you the Hardline beta to PS4 today. Battlefield owners can simply turn on their console, highlight your copy of Battlefield 4, and then click on the live tile to download the Hardline beta and play it in its 1080p 60 FPS glory. It's really easy. But you have to get quick, because this incredible console exclusive experience won't last long. Thanks, Steve.
Thanks, Adam. We've got a lot of work left to do over the next few months, so your feedback at this early stage is huge as we build towards our release on October